Lu Shiqing, fresh from a shower, walked into the bedroom wearing her custom La Perla sexy silk night dress, a slight blush on her cheeks. Fong Jing, are you asleep? Lu Shiqing gently closed the bedroom door, walked to the bedside, and looked at Fong Jing, who was already lying on his side with his back to her. Her hands clutched the hem of her night dress, and she hesitated for a good while before speaking. Not yet. Fong Jing didn't turn around. His reply was light. Lu Shiqing didn't say anything more. She lifted the covers and got into bed. Lu Shiqing slowly leaned down and hugged Fong Jing. Just as she was about to kiss the spot behind his ear, Fong Jing shifted his head away. What's wrong? You've always been the one to initiate. I want to take the lead for once today. Don't you like it? Fong Jing's action startled Lu Shiqing. My stomach is a bit upset today. It's late. Let's sleep. Fong Jing closed his eyes, his tone still faint. I'll go get you some medicine. No need. I'll be fine after some rest. Go to sleep. As Lu Shiqing was about to get out of bed, Fong Jing stopped her. Oh. Lu Shiqing settled back onto the covers. There's something I want to discuss with you. Lu Shiqing sat up straight against the headboard, adjusting the nightdress strap that had just slipped down. What is it? Can we go and finalize the divorce early? But if you're not willing, We can. Before Lu Shiqing could finish, Fong Jing agreed without hesitation. It made Lu Shiqing swallow the words she had long prepared. Why did he agree so readily? Is it my imagination? Why is he so cold today? It's like he's a different person. Aren't you going to ask me why? Lu Shiqing asked after a moment's pause. I'll support any decision you make. The reason doesn't matter. Thank you, Fong Jing. Lu Shiqing didn't notice anything unusual about Fong Jing. She turned off the light and lay down. Fong Jing had been a poor student sponsored by the Lu family, but his grandfather was the savior of Old Master Lu. After graduating from university, he went to work at the Lu Group. Perhaps it was to repay the debt of gratitude, or perhaps he genuinely admired Fong Jing's character. Old Master Lu later made a will stating that Lu Shiqing must marry Fong Jing to inherit the company and the shares in his name, but she could only receive the shares after 5 years of marriage. But Lu Shiqing already had someone she loved at her heart. Just as she was in a dilemma, the love of her life, not wanting to make things difficult or sad for her, chose to give up and went abroad. Disheartened, Lu Shiqing eventually accepted the marriage to Fong Jing. But before their wedding, they signed a marriage contract. They would divorce amicably once Lu Shiqing received her shares and had full control of the company. The marriage was to be kept a secret from everyone except the Lu family. Today was 3 months shy of their 5th wedding anniversary, and 3 months before the contract was set to expire. The reason Lu Shiqing suddenly proposed to end the marriage early was that the man she loved was returning from abroad next month. The next morning, Fong Jing made breakfast, as usual, and waited for Lu Shiqing to get up. After washing up, Lu Shiqing came to the dining table, sat down, and began to eat the breakfast Fong Jing had carefully prepared for her. Fong Jing kept his head down, eating his breakfast without a word. Fong Jing, I thought about it last night, and I feel I should be clear with you. Song Mubai is coming back next month, so I want to... I know. It's all up to you. Again, before Lu Shiqing could finish, Fong Jing, who was focused on his breakfast, readily agreed. Fong Jing's indifference and nonchalance made Lu Shiqing feel uncomfortable, even a little pained. She had thought Fong Jing would at least say something to ask her to stay, but, however, until the contract expires, you need to keep our divorce a secret. You can continue living here during this time, Lu Shiqing added after a pause. Okay, I understand. Actually, Fong Jing had heard a few days ago from a former university classmate that Song Mubai was returning. Old Master Lu had probably thought that 5 years would be enough for 2 people living together to develop feelings for each other. But sometimes if you don't love someone, feelings may never develop, not in 5 years, 10 years, or even a lifetime. At the entrance of the Civil Affairs Bureau, Fong Jing and Lu Shiqing stood facing each other. The autumn wind carried a chill. It lifted a fallen leaf, which drifted over Fong Jing's shoulder and landed softly beside Lu Shiqing's high heel. Well, that's that. I'll take you home first. Don't go to the company today. As for your assistant duties, you can put them on hold. I'll arrange for you to be transferred to another department, Lu Shiqing said, handing one of the two divorce certificates in her hand to Fong Jing. No need, you go ahead. It's been a while since I've gotten together with Little Gu and the others. I'll go hang out with them. Fong Jing took the divorce certificate, glanced at it, and slipped it into his pocket. All right, you come back early tonight. After saying this, Lu Shiqing turned and got in her car. Watching Lu Shiqing's car drive away, Fong Jing let out a long sigh of relief. He suddenly felt as if a great weight had been lifted. 5 years of meticulous care and consideration for Lu Shiqing, yet the divorce didn't make him sad. Instead, he felt incredibly relieved. Before Old Master Lu passed away, he had promised to treat her with sincerity, and he had done so. But for someone who doesn't love you, no amount of effort can warm their heart. And Fong Jing had initially agreed to marry Lu Shiqing not entirely because of Old Master Lu's desperate pleas, but because Lu Shiqing strongly resembled the her from his childhood memories. Fong Jing, what made you willing to leave that beautiful CEO wife of yours and come out today? Fong Jing's university classmate, Little Gu, had opened this pet photography studio after graduating. You finish up first. We can talk after you're done. All right then, make yourself at home. I'll be done in a moment. Fong Jing sat down casually, flipping through a pet photography magazine on the coffee table. What would you like to drink? Little Gu walked over and sat down next to Fong Jing. Let's go out for a drink. You're a bit strange today. Usually, I can never get you to come out for a drink, but today you're the one asking me. Is there some happy news? Little Gu said, looking Fong Jing up and down. I guess you could say that. Don't tell me your wife is pregnant. Little Gu leaned closer to Fong Jing and whispered, Let's go. Enough nonsense. All right, it's a rare occasion for you to come looking for me. I'll definitely keep you company. You, watch the shop. Fong Jing and I are stepping out for a bit. Okay, go ahead. The two left the pet shop and went to a bar. What? You got a divorce? Hearing Fong Jing's words, Little Gu almost spat out the drink he had just taken. But it's good that you divorced. You were married for 5 years, and she was never willing to publicly acknowledge your relationship. You were her husband, but I always felt you were more like a servant in her house. You even got divorced without her ever giving you a proper wedding. A wealthy family like the Lus is not someone people like us can aspire to marry into. Little Gu patted Fong Jing's shoulder. If Old Master Lu hadn't taken me in back then, I might have starved to death on the street. Just consider it repaying the Lu family's favor, Fong Jing replied, taking a sip of his drink. But your grandfather saved his grandfather's life. Shouldn't their family have taken you in? Little Gu said, sticking up for Fong Jing. Let's not talk about that. But don't tell anyone about this. Don't worry. Come on, let's drink to celebrate your newfound freedom. Cheers. The two of them drank at the bar from the afternoon until midnight. They stumbled out, supporting each other, and after saying their goodbyes, they each took a taxi home. Hearing the door open, Lu Shiqing, who hadn't slept, hurried down from the upstairs bedroom. Seeing the swaying Fong Jing, she rushed forward to support him. Why did you drink so much? Didn't I tell you not to go out drinking with just anyone? I was happy today, so I had a few extra drinks. I'll help you to your room first. As usual, Lu Shiqing habitually ignored Fong Jing's words. It seems the divorce has hit him hard. He loved me so much, it's normal that he can't accept it right away. But my heart only has room for Mubai. I can only say I'm sorry. After settling Fong Jing in, Lu Shiqing sat on the edge of the bed, looking at his furrowed brow, a trace of pity in her heart. She raised her hand as if to caress Fong Jing's cheek, but then, thinking of Song Mubai, she pulled it back. Waking up the next day, Fong Jing still had a splitting headache. I had too much fun talking with Little Gu yesterday, drank so much. I should drink less in the future. This feels awful, Fong Jing said as he got out of bed. How am I in the bedroom? It was only after getting out of bed that he realized he was still in the bedroom he had shared with Lu Shiqing during their marriage. You're awake. Lu Shiqing walked in. I've had the maid prepare breakfast. Come down and eat something. After speaking, Lu Shiqing turned to go downstairs. President Lu, I'm sorry. I drank too much yesterday. I'll move to the guest room downstairs in a bit. Fong Jing hurriedly called out to stop Lu Shiqing and apologized. What did you call me? President Liu. Since we're divorced, we're now just boss and subordinate. Naturally, I can't address you as I did before. Is he playing hard to get? Or does he really think this way? Fine, suit yourself. Lu Shiqing turned and went downstairs. That night, Fong Jing moved into the guest room downstairs. Lu Shiqing suddenly felt as if she had lost something. At night, whenever she touched the cold spot beside her, she would subconsciously reach for Fong Jing. Only when she woke from her sleep would she realize they were divorced, and Fong Jing was no longer by her side. Several consecutive nights of insomnia forced Lu Shiqing to rely on sleeping pills just to get some sleep. At home, the two of them lived like a normal married couple, except that at night, they slept in separate rooms. Fong Jing continued to take meticulous care of Lu Shiqing, just as before. Mu Bai is coming back tomorrow, and everything will be all right. Lu Shiqing sat in bed, a happy smile on her face as she fantasized about the wonderful life to come. She, who had always been known by her employees as the Ice Queen CEO, could also have such a radiant smile. Mu Bai, come in. Lu Shiqing opened the door, happily leading Song Mu Bai into the villa. Fong Jing, where are you going? What is all that in your hands? The three happened to meet at the entrance, and Lu Shiqing asked, glancing at the large cardboard box in Fong Jing's hands. Just some junk I'm planning to throw out. So you're Fong Jing. Hello, I'm Song Mu Bai. Thank you for taking care of Shiqing all these years. Song Mu Bai stepped forward with a pleasant smile and extended his hand. Sorry, I was just cleaning, so my hands are a bit dirty. All right, Mu Bai, come and sit down. Lu Shiqing pulled Song Mu Bai into the living room. Fong Jing, after you throw that stuff out, go buy some groceries. Remember to get some seafood. Mu Bai likes it. Lu Shiqing ordered from behind, just as Fong Jing was about to leave. All right. A faint smile crossed Fong Jing's face before he walked out the door. Shiqing, how could you ask Fong Jing to go grocery shopping? Can't the housekeeper do it? Fong Jing is really good at picking out seafood. Since this is your welcome home meal today, I'll feel more at ease if he's the one buying. After hearing Lu Shiqing's words, Fong Jing showed a faint smile and then went out. Hee, you're terrible. You're not even helping me. When Fong Jing returned with the groceries, he saw Song Mu Bai and Lu Shiqing in the living room playing a video game. Lu Shiqing was laughing with the joy of a little girl, a smile that Fong Jing had never seen in their 5 years together. Fong Jing, what took you so long? Hurry up and cook. Mu Bai is hungry. After speaking, Lu Shiqing went back to her game with Song Mu Bai. Fong Jing went to the kitchen without a word. Come and eat. Okay, be right there. Once the food was cooked and served, Fong Jing took off his apron and prepared to go out. You're going out? Aren't you eating? Lu Shiqing asked, standing up as she saw Fong Jing changing his shoes. You two haven't seen each other in a long time and must have a lot to talk about. I won't intrude. I found a place. I have an appointment with the agent to go take a look. You moving out? Lu Shiqing suddenly became tense and rushed to Fong Jing's side. Yes. But didn't we agree you would stay here until the contract is up? Why are you moving out now? We're already divorced. It's inconvenient for both of us to continue living together. Besides, with Mr. Song back, me staying here is bound to cause misunderstandings. It's more appropriate for me to move out. There are only 2 months left on the contract. No one has to know. Go on and eat. It'll get cold. I'm leaving. Fong. Shiqing, come here. Fong Jing is a really good cook. This seafood is even better than a 5-star chef's. Click. As Lu Shiqing turned back, the door closed. Fong Jing was gone. A sudden emptiness washed over Lu Shiqing, and she instantly lost her appetite. So you're really moving out today? Yes. Is this all you have? Lu Shiqing asked, glancing at Fong Jing's suitcase. This music box. I remember you had it when we got married. It's so old. Why have you kept it all this time? Lu Shiqing asked as she picked up the music box she had spotted in the cardboard box. A friend gave it to me when I was a child. I couldn't bear to throw it away, so I kept it. Well, if there's nothing else, I'll be going now. With that, Fong Jing picked up his suitcase and the box containing the music box, preparing to head out. Let me walk you out. There's no need. I've already called for a car. Fong Jing stopped her as she moved to change her shoes. Watching Fong Jing leave without looking back, the door opened and then closed. The sound of the door closing struck Lu Shiqing's heart like a heavy hammer. President Liu, This is your lunch for today. The secretary brought the lunch to Lu Shiqing's office and opened each container. Lu Shiqing, looking at her computer, casually picked up a bite and put it in her mouth. Just as she swallowed, Lu Shiqing frowned. Pa! Lu Shiqing spat the food from her mouth into the trash can. Why is the food so awful today? Why did you suddenly switch restaurants? Why didn't you keep ordering from the previous one? Lu Shiqing threw down her chopsticks and scolded. I'm sorry, President Lu. Your previous lunches weren't ordered. Assistant Fong prepared them for you every day. The secretary answered, trembling. What did you say? Fong Jing prepared them. Yes, President Lu. So the meals he brought to work every day were for me. And I thought he was being frugal and bringing them for himself. Only then did Lu Shiqing suddenly understand why Fong Jing brought lunch to the company every day. Then why didn't he prepare lunch for me today? Lu Shiqing came to her senses and asked cautiously. President Lu, Assistant Fong already processed his resignation and left the company yesterday. What? He resigned. Why didn't he tell me he resigned? I didn't sign off on it. Who handled his resignation? Lu Shiqing slammed her hand on the desk and stood up. The secretary, startled, took a step back. President Lu, Fong Jing is just an assistant. According to company policy, his resignation doesn't require your signature. Who said he's just an assistant? He's... Halfway through her sentence, Lu Shiqing quickly stopped. You can go now. Yes, President Lu. The secretary hurriedly fled Lu Shiqing's office. Fong Jing, are you in such a hurry to cut ties with me? Was everything you did for me over the past 5 years a lie? Liar. Crash. Lu Shiqing pushed all the food from the desk onto the floor. Fong Jing, I'm ordering you to move back in immediately. You must live here until the contract expires. Otherwise, you'll be in breach. The penalty is 10 million. When Lu Shiqing returned home from work today, she habitually took off her coat and tossed it behind her because every time someone would be there to catch it and hang it up for her. But today, her coat fell to the floor with no one to catch it. Only then did she remember that Fong Jing had moved out. She had wanted to call Fong Jing for days, but held back because of her pride. Today, she finally couldn't resist and dialed his number. President Lu, there's only 1 month left on the contract. Besides, I haven't revealed that we're divorced. That shouldn't count as a breach, right? How does it not? Since others don't know we're divorced, in their eyes, we're still husband and wife. How can a married couple not live together? You come back here right now. Otherwise, I'll send people to drag you back. You should know what the Lu family is capable of in Yen City. Finding one person isn't difficult. After speaking, Lu Shiqing hung up the phone and picked up her coat from the floor. Click. It was very late when Lu Shiqing heard the door close and hurriedly stood up from the sofa. Why are you back so late? Where have you been these past few days? Why did you quit? Lu Shiqing walked up to Fong Jing and questioned him. I live pretty far away. I had to transfer subway lines a few times. We're already divorced. I don't need to tell you where I go, do I? As for resigning, of course it's because I didn't want to work there anymore. Fong Jing walked to the side as he answered. Report back to the company tomorrow. You're not allowed to leave the company without my approval. Lu Shiqing turned and once again walked to Fong Jing's side. President Lu, the man you love has returned. Shouldn't you be busy preparing for your wedding right now? Why are you still pestering me? Aren't you afraid Mr. Song will get jealous? You don't need to worry about our affairs. Also, I'm not pestering you. I'm just worried that people will find out we're divorced. So, you must live here until the contract ends. Lu Shiqing said in a commanding tone. Fine, I agree. 1 month later, I'll leave. Good. If there's nothing else, I'll go rest. Fong Jing went straight to the guest room. Lu Shiqing wanted to say something more, but hesitated. Hello. In a daze, Lu Shiqing picked up her incessantly ringing phone. Shiqing, are you up? Let's go out for a meal together. All right, then wait for me at home. I'll be there soon. After hanging up Song Mubai's call, Lu Shiqing groggily sat up. She had suffered from insomnia again last night. Fong Jing, you don't need to prepare lunch today. I'm going out to eat with Mubai. Lu Shiqing said as she walked down the stairs. But she didn't hear a reply from Fong Jing even after she reached the bottom of the stairs. Fong Jing. Lu Shiqing looked around the empty first floor, then towards the guest room where Fong Jing lived. It's almost noon. Is he still not up? Usually, He'd be preparing lunch by now. Lu Shiqing turned and walked towards Fong Jing's room. Knock, knock. Fong Jing, are you in there? After a long while, there was still no response from the room. Lu Shiqing gently pressed down on the doorknob. The door wasn't locked. Fong. Lu Shiqing pushed the door open, only to see the neatly made bed was empty. Where'd he go? Lu Shiqing took out her phone, just about to send Fong Jing a message, when the front door opened. Where did you go? I was about to move by. Lu Shiqing quickly put her phone away and ran to the door, only to see that the person who came in was not Fong Jing, but Song Mubai. Shiqing, this is for you. After entering, Song Mubai produced a bouquet of roses from behind his back. Ahem. Achoo. What's wrong, Shiqing? Don't you like them? No, it's not that. Holding her breath, Lu Shiqing took the roses from Song Mubai's hand and quickly placed them on the dining table. Mubai, how many years have we known each other? Lu Shiqing suddenly asked as she walked back. 4 years in university, and it's been 6 years since graduation. Exactly 10 years. It's been that long, Lu Shiqing muttered to herself. It's been so long, yet Song Mubai has forgotten that I'm allergic to pollen. If it were Fong Jing, he would never allow a single flower in the house. He would even carefully check the decorations in his own office every day. Lu Shiqing thought to herself. Shiqing? What's wrong? It's nothing. Let's go quickly. Didn't you say you were taking me out to eat? All right, let's go. The two left the house one after the other. Shiqing, hurry and try this. This Christian carp and tofu soup is delicious. Song Mubai filled a small bowl with soup. Thank. Just as Lu Shiqing was about to reach out for it, Song Mubai lifted the bowl and started drinking it himself. Embarrassed, Lu Shiqing slowly retracted her hand. Shiqing, hurry up and try some. Oh, okay. This scene felt so familiar. Lu Shiqing was suddenly reminded of eating with Fong Jing. He would always fill the first bowl of soup and give it to her. Now, looking at Song Mubai's completely unrefined table manners, Lu Shiqing suddenly lost her appetite. Mubai, I just remembered I have something to do at the office. Can you take me there? You're not eating anymore. I'm full. All right then. After paying the bill, the two left the restaurant. Oh, I'm so sorry, so sorry. As they left the restaurant, Song Mubai bumped into a delivery guy who was in a hurry. Are you f***ing blind? Do you have any idea how much this outfit costs? Can you afford to pay for it if it's dirty? You damn delivery boy. You couldn't afford clothes this nice in your entire life. Mubai. Just as Song Mubai raised his fist, he was stopped by Lu Shiqing's sharp reprimand. Mubai, it was clearly you who wasn't looking and bumped into him. How can you blame him? And what's wrong with being a delivery man? He earns his living through hard work. What right do you have to belittle him? Mubai, how have you become like this? No, Shiqing, people from the lower class like them, they'll just... Shut up. Lu Shiqing's shout finally silenced Song Mubai. Sir, I'm so sorry. It was my friend who knocked over your delivery. I apologize on his behalf. Here is 5,000 yuan. Take it. I'll compensate you for your losses today. As she spoke, Lu Shiqing took a wad of cash from her bag. No, that's not necessary. I was also in too much of a hurry just now and wasn't paying attention. That's why I bumped into this gentleman. It's my fault too. Just take it. This. Lu Shiqing stuffed the money into the delivery guy's hand and strode away from the scene. You just wait. Shiqing. Song Mubai spat out a threat and hurried after Lu Shiqing. For many days that followed, Lu Shiqing would find all sorts of excuses to turn down Song Mubai's invitations. Today, Song Mubai specifically came to wait outside Lu Shiqing's house. When he saw Lu Shiqing return, he followed her. Just as Lu Shiqing entered the house and was about to close the door, a foot slipped in, blocking the doorway. Shiqing, it's me. Why are you here? Lu Shiqing turned and walked into the living room. Song Mubai pushed the door open and followed her in. Shiqing, I haven't seen you in days. I missed you so much that I came to wait for you at your door. Song Mubai walked to the sofa and sat down beside Lu Shiqing. I'm sorry, I've been a bit busy lately. Don't mind it. Lu Shiqing glanced at Song Mubai, feeling a little sympathetic. Of course I don't mind. I know you're busy. It was my fault that day. I shouldn't have looked down on the delivery man. Don't be angry anymore, okay? Song Mubai said, taking Lu Shiqing's hand with a pitiful expression. Okay, I won't. Just then, Fong Jing suddenly came out of his room, still in his pajamas. Upon seeing Fong Jing, Lu Shiqing subconsciously pulled her hand out of Song Mubai's, stood up hastily, and shifted her feet to distance herself from him. Fong Jing, when did you get back? Don't misunderstand, we. Lu Shiqing appeared very nervous, as if she had been caught cheating by her husband. Shiqing, didn't he move out? Why is he still living at your place? Fong Jing hadn't even spoken before Song Mubai stood up, his face displeased, and questioned him. Besides, you're already divorced from him. Why do you have to explain what we're doing to him? Could it be that you've fallen in love with him? Mubai, what nonsense are you talking about? Song Mubai's suspicion deeply disappointed Lu Shiqing. Feeling as if her innermost thoughts had been seen through, she avoided his gaze. Living together after a divorce. What am I supposed to think? Are you still sleeping with him? Slap. Song Mubai's words instantly enraged Lu Shiqing. Furious, she raised her hand and slapped him across the face. The 5-finger marks were clearly visible, a testament to her anger. Song Mubai, you've really disappointed me. You should go. Let's both cool down for a while. Lu Shiqing let out a deep breath and turned away. Was I wrong? I'm your boyfriend now. I want to stay at your place, and you refuse. On what grounds can he live here? You say nothing happened between you two. Do you believe that yourself? Song Mubai wiped the trace of blood from the corner of his mouth, still shouting defiantly. Song Mubai, get the hell out. Lu Shiqing snapped back to reality, wiped away a tear with the back of her hand, and pointed furiously at the door. Mr. Song, you may have misunderstood. Since the divorce, Director Lu and I have not crossed any lines. The reason I'm still living here is because the 5-year contract hasn't expired yet. If I leave, it might arouse suspicion among the company's shareholders and wants. Fong Jing, you don't need to explain to him. Song Mubai, please leave. With that, Lu Shiqing pushed Song Mubai aside and went straight upstairs. Shiqing. Hearing the sound of a door slamming forcefully on the second floor, Song Mubai shot a vicious glare at Fong Jing, snorted coldly, and turned to leave Lu Shiqing's house. Caught in the crossfire for no reason, Fong Jing shrugged and went to the bathroom to take a shower. For the next few days, Song Mubai would wait for Lu Shiqing downstairs at the Lu Group building every day. As soon as he saw her, he would approach her to apologize and explain. But every time, Lu Shiqing would ignore him completely and drive away. Yet, Song Mubai showed no signs of giving up. Instead, he became even more persistent. Shiqing, you're off work. I bought you your favorite cake. Here, please don't be angry anymore, okay? I was talking nonsense that day. I'm not a good person, Like a puppy, Song Mubai followed beside the confidently striding Lu Shiqing, holding the newly bought cake and apologizing incessantly. As they reached the car, Lu Shiqing suddenly stopped. She didn't open the door and ordered the driver to leave immediately, as she had the past few days. Shiqing, have you forgiven me? Song Mubai had thought today would be like yesterday, that he had bought the cake for nothing and she would just leave. But now, Lu Shiqing hadn't gotten into the car. Mubai, you've always been the one I love. I hope you won't say things like you did that day ever again. Otherwise, I'll be really disappointed and hurt. Lu Shiqing turned around, the coldness in her eyes replaced by a touch of softness. Okay. If I ever say those things again, may I get hit by a car as soon as I... Don't say that. Lu Shiqing raised her hand to cover Song Mubai's mouth. All right, I won't. I'll listen to you. Shall we go get something to eat? Song Mubai opened the car door for Lu Shiqing, thoughtfully helping her get in before walking around to the other side and getting in himself. Although the two had reconciled, Lu Shiqing always felt that Song Mubai was different from before. He had lost the attentiveness he had when they were first in love, and he was no longer as gentle and refined. Instead, he had a hint of a rogue-like attitude. He had also forgotten many of her likes and dislikes. Lu Shiqing was now very confused. Was Song Mubai still the man she loved? Or perhaps, who she loved wasn't the present Song Mubai, but the Song Mubai of the past. Lu Shiqing sat alone in the bar, thinking about her recent interactions with Song Mubai and the uncertainty in her own heart. The more she thought, the more frustrated she became, and the more frustrated she was, the more she drank. One glass after another, He poured it down his throat. Miss? Miss? The waiter walked over to Lu Shiqing, who was drowsing on the table, and called out twice. What is it? Don't bother me if it's nothing. Lu Shiqing turned her head and squinted, her brows tightly knitted, a look of great discomfort on her face. Miss, you've had too much to drink. You should call someone to pick you up. Call someone? Who should I call? Lu Shiqing slumped on the table, waving her hand feebly and slurring her words. Then how about I make the call for you? All right. The waiter took Lu Shiqing's phone. Please unlock it. Why are you so much trouble? Lu Shiqing impatiently lifted her hand and pressed her fingerprint on the phone screen. The waiter opened Lu Shiqing's phone contacts. The person at the top was husband. Without a second thought, the waiter dialed the number. Hello. May I ask if you're the husband of this phone's owner? Your wife has had too much to drink at the Blue Time Bar. Could you please come and pick her up? After the other party agreed, the waiter hung up the phone and returned it to Lu Shiqing. Miss, please wait a moment. Your husband will be here to pick you up soon. The waiter gave a polite bow and went to attend to other things. Husband? Where would I get a husband? You're all lying to me. Lu Shiqing muttered, turned her head in another direction, and continued to lie on the table. Shiqing. Fang Jing spotted Lu Shiqing lying on a table in a dim corner of the bar at a glance. Why are you drinking so much by yourself? Fang Jing came to Lu Shiqing's side and helped her up, letting her lean against him. Fang Jing. Lu Shiqing tilted her head up, hiccuped, and looked at Fang Jing with hazy eyes. It's me. Where did you run off to, leaving me all alone and not caring about me? Lu Shiqing threw her arms around Fang Jing, her head pressed tightly against his stomach. Her appearance, like a delicate and pitiful bird, made Fang Jing lose his composure for a moment. When had the always aloof Lu Shiqing ever acted like this? You've had too much to drink. I'll take you home first. Can you still walk? Fang Jing removed Lu Shiqing's hands from around him and helped her up. Lu Shiqing, who had just stood up, probably because she had drunk too much, suddenly went weak in the knees and fell into Fang Jing's arms again. The small atmospheric lamp on the table shone on Fang Jing's face. Lu Shiqing looked at his clean, handsome, and kind face. Suddenly, she stood on her tiptoes and went to kiss Fang Jing's lips. I'll carry you. When their lips were less than a centimeter apart, Fang Jing hurriedly dodged, bent down, and swept Lu Shiqing into his arms, walking out of the bar. Lu Shiqing's hands were hooked around Fang Jing's neck. She looked at Fang Jing, who was staring straight ahead. Although her eyes were somewhat hazy at the moment, they were still filled with love. I'll go make you some honey water. Fang Jing placed Lu Shiqing on her bed and was about to leave. Don't go. Lu Shiqing suddenly grabbed Fang Jing's arm. Fang Jing lost his balance and fell on top of her. Fang Jing hurriedly propped himself up with his arms, wanting to get up, but was held by Lu Shiqing's hands hooking his neck. President Lu, you've had too much to drink. Fang Jing wanted to remove her hands from his neck, but Lu Shiqing held on even tighter. And so one of them stood on the floor, bent over, while the other lay on the bed with a flushed face and hazy eyes. Their eyes met, and Fang Jing swallowed. Lu, kiss me. We've already. Before Fang Jing could finish, Lu Shiqing suddenly pulled him closer, and she herself tilted her head up slightly and kissed his lips. Shiqing. Fang Jing hurriedly pushed her away, but was pulled back again. As soon as he opened his mouth, it was covered again. Suddenly, Fang Jing's eyes widened, because Lu Shiqing's fragrant tongue had pried open his mouth. Piece by piece, clothes were thrown into the air, landing softly on the bed or the floor. A Chanel ladle-like high-heeled shoe had somehow hidden itself under the covers. Tonight was another sleepless night. Married for 5 years, Lu Shiqing had never taken the initiative, let alone been as wild and uninhibited as she was tonight. Tonight, the bed had completely become a battlefield dominated by her. It wasn't until the sky began to brighten after the 4th time that the two of them, exhausted, finally fell asleep. When Lu Shiqing's hand unintentionally touched the long-absent body beside her, she suddenly opened her eyes and slowly turned her head to look. Seeing that it was Fang Jing beside her, she was no longer as nervous as before. However, she still sat up in a hurry, picked up the blanket, and took a look. When she saw her flawless body completely exposed to her sight, her face instantly turned as red as a ripe apple. Lu Shiqing clutched the blanket tightly, grinding her teeth. Her expression was twisted, her brow furrowed even more than the crumpled blanket in her hands. What on earth did I do last night? How mortifying. The scenes from last night were like edited clips, incomplete, but enough to let one's imagination run wild. Lu Shiqing shook her head and hurriedly searched for her clothes, which she had tossed somewhere. "You're awake." Suddenly, the voice of the person beside her made Lu Shiqing freeze on the spot, even her breath catching in an instant. Her toes under the blanket were about to dig through the bedsheet. Last night. The two were silent for a moment, then spoke at the same time. I'm sorry. The awkward atmosphere soured the air around them. I'll go make breakfast. Fong Jing hurriedly picked up his clothes from the floor, dressed quickly, and, pulling up his pants, ran out of the bedroom. Lu Shiqing kept her head down, her long hair completely shielding her face, hiding whatever expression lay beneath her beautiful locks. Lu Shiqing stayed in the room for a long time before coming downstairs. By the time she did, Fong Jing had already prepared a meal. Because Lu Shiqing rarely ate at home, the housekeeper usually just tidied up and did the laundry. Only when Lu Shiqing planned to eat at home would she notify the housekeeper in advance. I saw a few bags of dumplings in the fridge, so I boiled them. Let's just have something simple. Okay. They sat down on opposite sides of the dining table. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have. When you were drunk. You don't have to explain. We're both adults. Some things aren't just one person's fault. I was also in the wrong. Let's eat. Fong Jing was about to say something more, but Lu Shiqing, her head still lowered, cut him off. Today's the day the contract expires. I'll move out later. All right. After the meal, as Lu Shiqing was about to go upstairs, Fong Jing spoke from behind her. Lu Shiqing didn't turn around. I wish you and Mr. Song happiness. Thank you. Without a backward glance, Lu Shiqing went upstairs. After cleaning up, Fong Jing stood in the living room and scanned the home he had lived in for 5 years, then put down the key and left Lu Shiqing's house. Watching Fong Jing leave from the second floor, Lu Shiqing felt a sudden, inexplicable wave of irritation. Perhaps out of guilt towards Song Mubai, when he mentioned wanting to work at the Lu Group, Lu Shiqing agreed without hesitation, even making him the head of the company's investment department. Designer watches, luxury cars, Song Mubai had been receiving them nonstop recently. After completely parting ways with Lu Shiqing, Fong Jing started a game studio with 2 of his old university classmates. Today, Fong Jing was at home designing a game when the doorbell suddenly rang. Thinking it was one of his partners, he hurried to open the door. Hey, handsome Fong. Long time no see. A young woman was leaning against the doorframe, a lollipop dangling from her mouth. She wore an oversized hoodie with the eye-catching slogan, "If you're not enthusiastic about eating, there's a problem with your thinking," printed on it, paired with ripped jeans. Lu Huai. Wow, you still remember me. I thought you would have forgotten me long ago. Lu Huai straightened up, took the lollipop out of her mouth with a cheerful expression, which quickly turned into a pout. Weren't you abroad? When did you get back? A few days ago. With that, Lu Huai squeezed her way into Fong Jing's apartment. Walking into the living room, Lu Huai's eyes landed on an unopened cup of instant noodles on the coffee table. Downgrading to this right after the divorce? Lu Shiqing is so inhumane. The least she could do is leave you a few boxes of sea cucumber to replenish your strength. Look what she's done to you. She's practically drained you dry. Stop talking nonsense. How did you find me here? Fong Jing closed the door, walked to the coffee table, and cleared away the instant noodles and other clutter. Was it supposed to be hard to find you? The Lu family's once great son-in-law. How could you be hard to find? Lu Huai brazenly walked to the refrigerator, opened it, grabbed a drink for herself, and then plopped down on the sofa. Does your sister know you're back? Her? She's busy cooing with her pretty boy White Moonlight right now. How would she have time for me? You finally escaped the sea of suffering. Tonight, I'll throw you a divorce party to celebrate your new life. How about it? Lu Huai said after taking a sip of her drink. She's your sister, after all. Do you have to be so harsh? Fong Jing replied, turning back from his computer. TCH. She was only born 3 minutes before me. What gives her the right to be my older sister? Besides, I stood up for you, and you're blaming me. Are you a masochist? You've forgotten how you treated her for the past 5 years, and how she treated you in return. Lu Huai rolled her eyes, and after speaking, she curled her lip in a look of disdain. My business with Lu Shiqing is none of your concern. Fine, fine. You two are divorced anyway. It has nothing to do with her anymore. I can't be bothered to stick up for her. Then let's talk about us. Lu Huai walked behind Fong Jing, leaned over, and rested on his shoulder. What is there to talk about between us? Move, I'm busy. Fong Jing pushed Lu Huai off his shoulder. Boring. You have no sense of romance at all. Lu Huai went back to her seat, took out her phone, and rolled the lollipop in her mouth, making a crisp sound as it hit her teeth. Lu Huai, Lu Shiqing's twin sister, the second young lady of the Lu family, and Fong Jing's former sister-in-law. She had left the Lu family after Fong Jing and Lu Shiqing got married and had never returned. Occasionally, she would call Lu Shiqing, but every call would end in an argument. It was a mystery why she had suddenly returned this time. I'm hungry, let's go out to eat. My treat. After wandering around Fong Jing's house and feeling utterly bored, Lu Huai suggested, patting her chest. Lu Huai, your sister and I are already divorced. Isn't it a bit inappropriate for you to be here? The only reason I haven't kicked you out is out of respect for our past relationship. Fong Jing turned off his computer screen and swiveled his chair around. Hey, what's with you? Lu Shiqing divorced you. I didn't do anything to offend you. So why are you taking your anger out on me? Besides, who says you can't be friends with your ex-sister-in-law after a divorce? Lu Huai threw the half-eaten lollipop from her mouth into the trash can and retorted with her hands on her hips. That may be true, but shouldn't we try to avoid gossip? If you want to eat, go by yourself. I'm busy. Fine, don't eat. I'll go by myself. Hope you starve to death. With that, Lu Huai strode out of Fong Jing's house. What a psycho. Fuming, Fong Jing muttered a curse after she left, but then couldn't help but chuckle. Although Lu Huai and Lu Shiqing were twin sisters, their personalities were polar opposites. One was as cold as ice. It was no exaggeration to call her an ice queen. The other was flippant and rebellious, a bona fide delinquent. Fong Jing shut down his computer, stretched, and rolled his stiff neck a few times. Starting a business is exhausting. Ding dong, ding dong. Just as Fong Jing stood up, the doorbell rang again, this time with a persistent rhythm. Who could it be this late? Fong Jing muttered as he walked to the door and opened it. Why are you back again? It was Lu Huai. Don't be so cold to me, okay? I'm not Lu Shiqing, so don't be so hostile. As she spoke, Lu Huai pushed her way into Fong Jing's house uninvited. Here, I brought you food. Even though you're cold to me, I really do care about you. Lu Huai placed the takeout food she was holding onto the dining table. It's so late. Why are you here again instead of going home? Which home? Duh. What home other than the Lu family's? Fong Jing walked over and glanced at the food on the table. It was all his favorite dishes. The Lu family's home. Go back for what? So they can put me down to praise how outstanding their precious eldest daughter is? Let's not talk about unpleasant things. Come and eat. None of it is spicy. Saying this, Lu Huai opened the food containers one by one. How does she know I don't eat spicy food? Thanks, Fong Jing said quietly. Wow, a rare occasion. Just for that, thanks. This young lady will grace you with her presence and stay here tonight. Lu Huai clapped her hands happily, pressing them together against the side of her cheek. What did you say? Stay here. Fong Jing, who had just sat down, shot up as if his chair had a spring. What? You're not willing to take me in? Besides the Lu family, you're the only person I know in Yen City. I have some old classmates, but we haven't been in touch for years. Would you feel at ease if I went to find them? Lu Huai put her hands behind her back, bent over slightly, and looked up at Fong Jing, blinking. Haven't you been back for a few days? Where have you been sleeping? Fong Jing gently pushed away Lu Huai, who was standing very close to him. A hotel, of course. But I'm not used to staying in hotels. I don't want to go back. So just tell me, will you let me stay or not? Lu Huai's nose twitched pitifully. I don't have a spare room here. Are you blind? There are obviously 2 rooms. Lu Huai pointed to the 2 rooms in the house. The other one is where I usually work. It's too messy to live in. That's perfect. You can live in the workroom. If you get a new inspiration in the middle of the night, you can get up and work on it right away. It'll save you from running back and forth between two rooms, Lu Huai said, beaming with joy again and clapping her hands. Why should I live in the workroom in my own home? You should go. I can't let you stay at my place. Not even the workroom, Fong Jing replied decisively. Lu Shiqing's confusion. All right then, you go ahead and eat. I'll just sit in your hallway for the night. At least it's safer than sleeping on the street. After saying that, Lu Huai lowered her head and walked out of Fong Jing's home, looking pitiful. I don't believe I can't handle you. Fong Jing looked at the food on the table. He was indeed a little hungry, so he sat down to eat. After a satisfying meal, Fong Jing wiped his mouth, stood up, and prepared to take a shower and rest. She is Old Master Lu's granddaughter after all, and Old Master Lu has been good to me. I should at least check on her. Fong Jing thought for a moment and walked back to the door. He opened the door and saw a person sitting on the steps, hugging her knees with her chin resting on them. Lu Huai, you really? Fong Jing hadn't expected that Lu had actually not left and was sitting on the steps in the hallway. Brother Fong Jing, don't worry about me. You should go to sleep. You're right. You and Lu Shiqing are already divorced. Whether I live or die has nothing to do with you. Lu Huai raised her head, her watery eyes full of a pitiful expression. All right, stop acting with me. Come in first. With that, Fong Jing turned and went back into the house. Thank you, Brother Fong Jing. Lu Huai quickly got up and ran into the house, her face full of happiness. Although the autumn night wasn't very cold, staying in the hallway for half an hour had still made Lu Huai's limbs feel a bit chilly, and her face seemed to be painted with an especially vivid color from the cold. You must be freezing. Lu Huai nodded like a chick pecking at rice, a wronged look on her face. Go take a hot shower first. I didn't bring any change of clothes. Fong Jing sighed and went back to his room. He came out a short while later with one of his shirts and some new toiletries. Here, make do with this for now. Fong Jing, you're so nice. Stop flattering me and go. Lu Huai took everything from Fong Jing's hands and ran into the bathroom. What is this situation? I'm actually letting my former sister-in-law stay at my place. Fong Jing slapped his forehead and mocked himself as he went to the workroom. Brother Fong Jing, who was tidying up the bed in the workroom, heard a sweet voice behind him. He straightened up and turned around. Lu Huai was standing at the door, her long hair cascading over her shoulders like a waterfall. The oversized white men's shirt on her couldn't hide her curvaceous figure. With two buttons unfastened at the collar, it revealed a neck that looked like finely carved white jade. Her rolled-up sleeves exposed arms as pearlescent as moonlight, and her two straight, slender legs were fair and flawless. Fong Jing stared, a little lost in the sight, and unconsciously swallowed. Realizing his gaffe, Fong Jing quickly turned back around and pretended to tidy the bed to hide his embarrassment. Seeing the way Fong Jing had just looked at her, she smiled slightly. What's wrong? Fong Jing asked while still tidying the bed. I can't find the hair dryer. You go on ahead. I'll get it for you after I'm done here. Okay. Lu Huai smiled again, turned, and went back to the bathroom. So you're not entirely immune to worldly desires after all. This young lady's charm is still quite potent. Lu Huai said with satisfaction, looking at herself in the mirror. Knock, knock. Just as Lu Huai was admiring her proud and stunning face, Fong Jing came to the bathroom door and knocked twice. Lu Huai opened the bathroom door. Fong Jing stood sideways, not daring to look at her, and reached in to hand her the hairdryer. Giggle. What are you laughing at? Hurry up and take it. Lu Huai suddenly covered her mouth and giggled, making Fong Jing roll his eyes. I was suddenly reminded of the scene where the monk Tang Sanzang passed through the woman's kingdom. Brother Fong Jing, you say you have renounced all worldly desires, yet you dare not look at me. If you were to turn and look at me, I don't believe your eyes would be empty. Lu Huai teased Fong Jing, mimicking the tone of the queen of the woman's kingdom. Lu Huai, how have you become so improper? Fong Jing thrust the hairdryer into Lu Huai's hand, turned, and walked away. My indecency depends on the person. Lu Huai poked her head out from the bathroom door frame and raised her voice to Fong Jing, who had already entered the workspace. Are you planning on letting me live here, or are you? Lu Huai walked into Fong Jing's workspace, tossing an apple in her hand. You can sleep wherever you want. Fong Jing was sitting on the tatami mat on the floor, looking at today's project proposal, and answered without lifting his head. Then what if I say, I'll sleep wherever you sleep? Is that okay? Lu Huai asked in a low voice with a playful grin. Lu Huai, what on earth are you trying to do? Is this fun? Go to sleep. Fong Jing put down the proposal in his hands, got up, pushed Lu Huai out, and locked the door from the inside. I wonder who was like a hungry wolf back then. After being pushed out, Lu Huai stomped her foot, muttered to herself, and returned to what was originally Fong Jing's room. Early in the morning, Lu Huai was sitting alone at the dining table eating breakfast when Fong Jing opened his door and walked out. Wow, how come I never noticed you had such a great body before? It's a real shame you're not a male model. Lu Huai whistled and teased him, because Fong Jing had forgotten there was another woman in the house, and he certainly didn't know this woman would be up so early. He was only wearing a pair of underwear. Lu, why you? The groggy Fong Jing was instantly awake. He hurriedly covered his upper body with one hand and his lower body with the other, turned around, and ran back in his room to put on some clothes. You can't blame me for this. You showed me willingly. Before Fong Jing, now dressed, could speak after coming out of the room again, Lu Huai put the last bite of bread in her mouth and said indistinctly, Lu Huai, how can you be so shameless? Shameless about what? Who hasn't seen whom before? Besides, I've not only seen it, I've touched it too. Lu Huai's gaze shifted to Fong Jing's lower body as she raised an eyebrow. Lu Huai, if you keep talking nonsense, get out of my house immediately. After speaking, Fong Jing went to the bathroom to wash up. Jerk, why didn't you kick me out 5 years ago? You couldn't wait to eat me up. Lu Huai muttered and picked up her glass of milk. I'm going to work. You can leave after you finish eating. Aren't you having breakfast? I made some for you. I lose my appetite just looking at you. Bang! The door was closed from the outside. I think your mouth is even harder than some of your other parts. Fine, don't eat then. Lu Huai sat down again and continued to eat her breakfast nonchalantly. Hello, Golden Sunshine Community, Building 3, Unit 2, 401. I want this apartment. I don't care how much it costs. You have to buy it for me. Yes, miss. After finishing the call, Lu Huai also left. Fong Jing, do you know where I put that Versace gown? Fong. Lu Shiqing was rummaging through the closet for the gown she was going to wear today, but couldn't find it. She habitually called for Fong Jing's help, but then she suddenly realized that Fong Jing had already left. They had been separated for a week, and this happened to her almost every day. She always thought Fong Jing was still by her side. Lu Shiqing sat on the floor, leaning against the glass cabinet, running her fingers through her hair and letting out a deep sigh. Why? I obviously don't love him. So why is he the first person I think of? After sitting on the floor for a long time, Lu Shiqing wiped a tear from the corner of her eye, stood up, randomly picked a gown, and went out. Mubai, I have to meet a client this afternoon. This client is very important. You should come with me. Arriving at the company, Lu Shiqing called for Song Mubai. Okay, I'll definitely help you win over this client. Lu Shiqing forced a smile. 8. Song Mubai's mistake. CEO Lu, for this cooperation, I'd like your company to offer another 10% discount. What do you think, CEO Lu? At the dinner table, the business partner of the Lu family said after looking at the contract, Mr. Zhang, we have been cooperating for so many years. We have always taken a 30% profit. Why this time? Lu Shiqing said, the faint smile disappearing from her face. I've always given your company a 30% profit out of respect for Fong Jing. But I heard that Fong Jing has already left your company? Mr. Zhang said while playing with a wine glass on the table. Fong Jing, you must be joking, Mr. Zhang. Fong Jing is just an assistant in our company. How could he have a friendship with you? Song Mubai, who was beside them, spoke first with a hint of mockery. Who are you? Mr. Zhang, this is Song Mubai, the head of our company's investment department. Lu Shiqing hurriedly explained. Never heard of him. Let me tell you, Fong Jing is my drinking buddy. Although he's an assistant, my friendship with him is not something a good-for-nothing like you who relies on women to get ahead can judge. You. Song Mubai stood up in anger, pointing at President Zhang. What? Is that all you can take? Can't handle this? If an investment failed, Wouldn't you jump off a building? President Zhang glanced at Song Mubai with contempt. Mubai, sit down. President Zhang, he just got back from abroad. He doesn't understand some of our rules here. Don't lower yourself to his level. Lu Shiqing turned to whisper a rebuke to him, then turned back to apologize to President Zhang. How about this? For Fang Jing's sake, I won't make things difficult for you. After speaking, President Zhang picked up the bottle of baijiu on the table and filled all 3 glasses. Don't you look down on Fang Jing. Come on, drink these 3 glasses of liquor, and I'll sign the contract today, immediately. President Zhang looked at Song Mubai. What? Drinking all that won't kill someone? President Liu, if he won't drink, then you drink. You know my rules. President Zhang glanced at Song Mubai with contempt again before looking at Lu Shiqing. Shiqing, it's not that I don't want to drink today. I have a bit of a cold. I took medicine right before I came, Song Mubai said, looking aggrieved and blaming himself for being sick at the wrong time. If it were Fang Jing, he would never let me drink. Lu Shiqing thought to herself as she looked sideways at Song Mubai, her mind recalling another time when she was negotiating a partnership with President Zhang. Fang Jing had taken the drinks for her, downing 5 consecutive glasses of baijiu with President Zhang, which finally pleased him enough to sign the contract. President Zhang, I'll drink. Good, you drink one, I'll drink one. President Zhang raised his glass and clinked it with Lu Shiqing's. Lu Shiqing forced herself to finish the first glass, a fire burning in her stomach. Cough, cough. What? Can't President Liu drink anymore? This is 10% of the profit we're talking about. President Zhang, please. Lu Shiqing suppressed the urge to vomit and picked up another glass. President Liu is straightforward. They clinked glasses again, but as soon as Lu Shiqing brought the glass to her lips, the strong smell of alcohol instantly made the nausea she had just suppressed surge up her throat again. Oof! Lu Shiqing quickly put down the glass and ran out of the private room. She threw up as soon as she reached the washroom. Shiqing, are you okay? After Lu Shiqing felt a little better and came out of the washroom, Song Mubai, who had been waiting by the door, hurried forward to support her. I'm fine, let's go back. Song Mubai supported Lu Shiqing as they walked back into the private room. President Liu, are we still drinking this liquor or not? Lu Shiqing looked at Song Mubai, but he quickly lowered his head. I'm sorry, President Zhang. I really can't drink anymore. The contract will be as you said. All right then. I'll have someone draft a new contract and send it to your company when I get back. It seems I won't be able to find a good drinking buddy like Fang Jing anymore. President Zhang sighed and stood up. I'll be leaving then. Here's to our happy cooperation. President Zhang shook hands with Lu Shiqing and left the private room. That guy Zhang is such a jerk. Isn't this just taking advantage of someone's predicament and deliberately making things difficult? I'm not feeling well and can't drink today. Otherwise, I would have definitely drunk him under the table until he had to crawl out of here, Song Mubai boasted after President Zhang left. All right, Mubai, take me home. Song Mubai's performance today had once again disappointed Lu Shiqing. Shiqing, can you let me be in charge of this order with President Zhang? Don't worry, I promise you, I will definitely earn back the 10% profit we lost today. After escorting Lu Shiqing to the entrance of her villa, Song Mubai suddenly grabbed her hand and vowed, What? You don't believe me? I have a doctorate in economics from overseas. 10% of the profit is just a few tens of millions. If you let me handle it, I might earn back more than just 10% for you. Song Mubai patted his chest and guaranteed again. All right, this order will be entirely your responsibility. I hope you don't disappoint me. Don't worry. Leave it to me. After a moment's thought, Lu Shiqing agreed. Then you should go back and get some rest. I'll see you at the company tomorrow. You should head back early too. After speaking, Lu Shiqing entered her villa. Hey, call some girls and let's go party at the night bar. It's my treat tonight. What's got you so happy, young Master Song? Ha ha, I'm about to strike it rich. Song Mubai hung up the phone, got into the Porsche Lu Shiqing had given him, and drove towards a night bar. Lu Huai's provocation. Ding dong, ding dong. Fang Jing's doorbell rang again. Judging by the rhythm, it was probably Lu Huai again. What are you doing here again? Fang Jing opened the door, and sure enough, it was Lu Huai again. I just came to tell you that I'm living across the hall now. We'll be neighbors from now on, so I'll be in your care handsome Mr. Fong. After speaking, Lu Huai even made a fist and palm gesture towards Fong Jing. You're living across the hall? There are so many houses in Yin City. Why did you have to move here? Besides, a place like this isn't worthy of your status as the second young miss of the Lu family. You should move out. Fong Jing was stunned for a moment, then tried to persuade her after coming to his senses. It's my pleasure. With that, Lu Huai turned, humming a little tune, and went back to the apartment opposite. For the next few days, Lu Huai found all sorts of excuses to visit Fong Jing's apartment, such as a light bulb burning out, the drain being clogged, or having bugs in her home. Today, she was here again. What do you need my help with today? Just say it. Fong Jing opened the door and immediately walked back to his computer desk to sit down. Nothing today. Here, I made some soup and brought it for you to try. I made it myself. Not just anyone gets to taste it. Lu Huai produced a thermos from behind her back and waved it in front of him. Drink it yourself. I don't need it. Come on, just take it as a thank you for all your hard work these past few days. Lu Huai placed the thermos on the coffee table, walked over to Fong Jing, and hugged his arm, her voice wheedling. Let go, let go. Stop being so handsy. What does this look like? So, are you going to drink it or not? The moment Fong Jing freed his arm from her grasp, she latched onto it again. Fine, I'll drink it, okay. Fong Jing sighed in resignation and stood up. That's more like it. Lu Huai pulled Fong Jing over to sit by the coffee table. Let go, or how am I supposed to drink? Fong Jing glanced at Lu Huai, who still hadn't released his arm. Lu Huai let go, opened the thermos, and held it out to Fong Jing. How is it? Not bad. I can't believe the esteemed young miss of the Lu family knows how to make soup. After seeing Fong Jing take a sip, Lu Huai tilted her head and asked, Don't think everyone is like your helpless ex-wife, who needed people to take care of her every basic need. There's a lot I can do. For example, in bed. Fong Jing hadn't even had a chance to refute her earlier words before Lu Huai started teasing him again. Lu Huai, what on earth did I do to offend you that you have to latch onto me and torment me like this? Fong Jing put down the thermos, angrily looking around for something to teach this unrestrained girl a lesson. Ooh, trying to bully me now? Fine, come on. Lu Huai puffed out her chest and moved closer to Fong Jing. Startled, Fong Jing quickly shifted away. Ding! Just then, Fong Jing's phone received a message. He shot Lu Huai a glare and picked it up. Seeing the name on the screen, Fong Jing's brow furrowed. How have you been? Let's have a meal together sometime. We can still be friends even though we're divorced, right? Fong Jing opened the message. It was from Lu Shiqing. Who is it? Seeing Fong Jing staring blankly, Lu Huai snatched the phone. Lu Shiqing is so shameless. Seeing the message was from Lu Shiqing, Lu Huai cursed under her breath. You two are biological sisters, after all. I remember she was pretty good to you growing up, right? Why are you so hostile toward her? Anyone who didn't know better would think she stole some precious treasure of yours to make you hate her so deeply. Fong Jing snatched the phone back from Lu Huai's hand. You're actually right. She did steal my most precious treasure. It's been 20 years since Grandpa Lu brought me home. How come I never knew you had any treasure so precious it would make you hate your own sister to the bone? There's a lot you don't know. I'm leaving. Lu Huai stood up, somewhat angry, and left Fong Jing's apartment. What kind of precious treasure could you have? If you won't say, it's not like I want to know anyway. Fong Jing picked up the thermos and drank all the remaining soup. Not receiving a reply from Fong Jing, Lu Shiqing was absent-minded all day, periodically picking up the phone on her desk to check it. It wasn't that Fong Jing didn't want to reply. He had simply forgotten, thanks to Lu Huai's interruption. Handsome Mr. Fong, still busy on a weekend. Fong Jing, who was concentrating on his writing, was startled by the voice that suddenly came from behind him. How did you get in? The day before yesterday, you asked me to get a file from your home and bring it to your studio. You told me where the spare key was. Lu Huai said, twirling the keychain on her finger. I'm moving it tomorrow. Fong Jing stood up and reached for the key in Lu Huai's hand. But Lu Huai dodged him. She then tucked the key inside her shirt against her chest. Come and get it if you dare. Lu Huai deliberately moved closer to Fong Jing, puffing out her chest. You win, Lu Huai. I'll have someone change the locks tomorrow. Fang Jing pointed at Lu Huai in frustration. Look at you. Why does a grown man like you have to be so petty? Besides, you don't have a woman around now. If I don't come and help you tidy up the house, cook for you, and do your laundry, how could this place even be livable? See, you're eating instant noodles again, aren't you? How many times have I told you not to eat so much of this stuff? It's bad for your health. Tell me when you're hungry from now on. Lu Huai scolded as she glanced at the instant noodle container in the trash can, acting as if she were the woman of the house. Lu Huai, given our relationship, don't you think it's inappropriate for you to be treating me like this? Fang Jing ignored her previous words and retorted. What relationship? Former sister-in-law. Then you shouldn't forget that you came to the Lu family when you were 8. We could be considered half-siblings. Now that you've been abandoned, shouldn't I, as your younger sister, come and take care of you? Lu Huai argued back. You're just twisting words. It's the truth. All right. You go do your thing. I'll see if there's anything here that needs tidying. With that, Lu Huai waved her hand dismissively and walked into the bedroom. Ding dong. Just as Lu Huai stepped into Fang Jing's room, the doorbell rang. Fang Jing, who had intended to follow her in, had to turn back to get the door. Shirqing, what are you doing here? As the door opened, Fang Jing was completely surprised to see it was Lu Shirqing. I sent you a message 2 days ago, but you never replied. I was worried something might have happened, so I came to check. Lu Shirqing looked somewhat haggard, having lost her usual air of a high and mighty female. So, Brother Fang Jing, who is it? Is it a colleague of yours? Lu Huai heard someone arrive and walked out of the bedroom. Lu Huai, Lu Shirqing. The two sisters saw each other at almost the same time and called out each other's names simultaneously. Lu Huai, what are you doing here? Wait, when did you come back? Why didn't you go home? Don't you know Mom hasn't been well lately, and you didn't even go back to see her? Lu Shirqing pushed past Fang Jing and rushed into the room. First of all, what I'm doing here is none of your business, and when I came back is also none of your business, Lu Huai replied nonchalantly. As for Mom not being well, I'll naturally go back to see her when I have time, but I don't have time right now. Lu Huai, do you have any idea how much Mom has missed you these 5 years you've been away from home? She missed me? Didn't she always look down on me? Always feeling like I was inferior to you in every way. Since she couldn't stand the sight of me, isn't my leaving home exactly what she wanted? Why would she miss me, to have me come back and see how outstanding her precious elder daughter is? What nonsense are you talking about? When did Mom ever look down on you? When she criticized you, it was for your own good. All you knew how to do all day was eat, drink, and be merry. When she asked you to go to the company, you just slack off. It was clearly your fault. How can you blame Mom? The two sisters began to bicker in the living room. How many times do I have to tell you all, I don't want to go to the company. I want to do what I love. Is that so wrong? You. All right. Can you two not start fighting the moment you see each other? Fang Jing quickly interjected, separating the two. You've been arguing since you were kids. Aren't you tired of it? Fang Jing looked at the two women, both with faces full of anger, and felt a massive headache coming on. Shirqing, you came to see me for something, right? Why don't we go outside to talk? Fang Jing intended to persuade Lu Shirqing to leave first, but she shook off his hand. Fang Jing, why is she in your house? Lu Shirqing pointed at Lu Huai and demanded. She's just. Lu Shirqing, in what capacity are you questioning Fang Jing? Lu Huai pushed aside Fang Jing, who hadn't finished speaking, and confronted Lu Shirqing directly. Ex-wife? Shouldn't ex-wives cut all ties and never see each other again? What are you doing here? Lu Huai, my relationship with Fang Jing now is none of your business. Taking a deep breath to suppress her anger, Lu Shirqing continued. Even if he is your former brother-in-law, for you to be alone in a room with your former brother-in-law, have you no shame? Which law states that a former sister-in-law can't be with her former brother-in-law? Let me tell you, you were blind and didn't want him, but I, Lu Huai, will treasure him. Lu Huai. Lu Shirqing could no longer hold it in, her face twitching with anger. She raised her hand to strike Lu Huai. Don't you dare! Fang Jing lunged between them again in a single step, grabbing Lu Shirqing's raised hand. Fang Jing, you're actually stopping me? Didn't you hear the shameless things she just said? Or are you really with her now? She's my own sister. Lu Shiqing's eyes were already brimming with tears, her lips trembling as she spoke. I'm not. Huai just lives across from me. She only came over to visit. Fang Jing tried his best to explain. Lives across from you? Lu Huai, what are you trying to do? You have a home you won't return to, and you secretly move here to live. You're doing this just to disgust me, aren't you? All the conflict, depression, and frustrations Lu Shiqing had been feeling recently finally erupted at this moment, though it was through a stream of tears. Who are you crying for? As if you're the one who's been wronged. I might as well tell you, I'm not so bored as to disgust you. I just want to be the one who gets the prize by being in the right place at the right time. Can't I? Lu Huai, what nonsense are you talking about? Fang Jing hurriedly interrupted Lu Huai. Shiqing, she's talking nonsense. Don't misunderstand. You're already divorced from her. What are you explaining for? Is it any of her business who you're with? This isn't the Lu family home, much less the Lu Corporation. You shut up, say one more word and get out immediately. Fang Jing turned and scolded Lu Huai. But it's the truth. You're still talking. Fine, I won't say any more. I'll go tidy up your room. I've only been gone for 2 days. Look how messy your room is. Lu Huai peeked at Lu Shiqing, and after speaking, didn't forget to curl the corner of her lip upwards. Shiqing, stop crying first. You know her temper. She forgets what she says soon after. Don't take it to heart. After Lu Huai left, Fang Jing pulled 2 tissues from the coffee table, handed them to Lu Shiqing, and comforted her. All right, why don't you head back first? I'll talk to her in a bit, and get her to go see your mother. Fang Jing spoke again after Lu Shiqing had calmed down a little. You saw just now? She was deliberately trying to anger me, Lu Shiqing said with a sniffle. I don't want to leave yet. Lu Shiqing walked over and sat down on the sofa. All right then. I'll go pour you a glass of water. Fang Jing gently rubbed his temples and went to get water for Lu Shiqing. Brother Fang Jing, I'll wash your underwear for you. Lu Huai poked her head out, dangling a pair of men's underwear in her hand. Lu Huai, you. Fang Jing glanced at Lu Shiqing beside him, then looked at Lu Huai, who was only showing the upper half of her body at the bedroom door. The shame was so intense, it was almost palpable. Oops. Sorry, I thought the ex-wife's sister had already left. Such a private matter. We can't let outsiders see it. I'm sorry, brother Fang Jing. Lu Huai said coquettishly with a look of both remorse and innocence. Lu Huai, have you no shame? Lu Shiqing shot up from her seat. CEO Lu, you're not jealous, are you? Shut up. Get out. Fang Jing gritted his teeth, pointing a finger at the door. No need. I'm the one who came at a bad time. Before Fang Jing could speak, Lu Shiqing spoke first. After saying her piece, she picked up her bag and quickly left Fang Jing's apartment. After Lu Shiqing left, Fang Jing didn't chase after her. He didn't know if he should go out and explain, in what capacity he would explain, or why he needed to explain at all. Lu Huai, great Miss Lu, I'm begging you, can you please let me go? Stop torturing me, okay? Fang Jing pleaded with a pained expression. You didn't let me go back then. Why should I let you go? You must accept the consequences of the seeds you sowed yourself. Lu Huai replied with a meaningful sentence. What do you mean? Nothing. Move, I need to do the laundry. Don't worry, I'll wash the underwear by hand. Lu Huai pushed Fang Jing aside, went into the bathroom, and closed the door. This is truly my karma. Fang Jing sighed. Fang Jing returned very late again today. Just as he was about to cook some instant noodles, the doorbell rang. Oof. Lu Huai, it must be that crazy girl again. Fang Jing put the just-opened instant noodles on the table and walked to the door. Lu Huai, it's so late. Hurry up and go back to your own place to sleep. I've already undressed. It's not convenient to let you in. Fang Jing didn't open the door, but said this while standing behind it. Fang Jing, it's me. Lu Shiqing. Fang Jing hurriedly opened the door. How is it you? I'm sorry. Come in and talk first. Fang Jing glanced at the door opposite his, quickly pulled Lu Shiqing inside, and shut the door. CEO Lu, is there something you need? You could just call me Shiqing. Even if we're not husband and wife anymore, we grew up together. We can be considered family, right? Oh, okay. All right. Lu Shiqing looked up slightly at Fang Jing, a trace of gentleness flashing in her eyes. You sit first. Made somewhat flustered by Lu Shiqing's gaze, Fang Jing hurriedly avoided her eyes. Lu Shiqing walked to the sofa and sat down, placing the things she was holding on a coffee table. I was just passing by our. The door suddenly opened on its own. They both turned to look at the same time. Brother Fang Jing, look what I bought for you. You were probably planning to eat instant noodles again. Lu Huai said happily as she closed the door. Lu Shiqing, why are you here again? I should be the one asking you that. The two sisters were at odds again the moment they met. Fang Jing has been very busy lately and hasn't had time to eat. I came back and grabbed some takeout for him. What's wrong with that? Then may I ask, CEO Lu, what are you doing here at your ex-husband's place so late at night? Aren't you afraid your good-for-nothing pretty boy will find out? Lu Huai shook the things in her hand, pressing her advantage. Don't talk nonsense. What pretty boy? There's nothing going on between him and me. Lu Shiqing looked nervous, glanced at Fang Jing, and defended herself. Do you believe that yourself? Mikuko waited for him for so many years, and he's finally back. You think you can restrain yourself? Lu Huai, stop your nonsense. Lu Shiqing shouted to stop her, looking even more nervous. Fang Jing, nothing really happened between Song Mubai and me. Other than you, no other man has ever stayed in my house. No other man has ever set foot in there. Lu Shiqing finally lost her composure. She didn't know why she was explaining herself to Fang Jing. For a moment, Fang Jing didn't know how to respond. CEO Lu, what's this all about? It seems to have nothing to do with your ex-husband if you bring that man home. Lu Huai. Furious, Lu Shiqing glared at the triumphant Lu Huai, flames seemingly rising in her eyes. Shiqing, we're already divorced. Huai, at most, we could be considered friends. Can you two stop dragging me into your fights? I haven't done anything to wrong you, have I? Fang Jing put on a bitter face and looked at the two of them. Stop arguing, or at least don't argue in my house. If you keep this up, both of you get out. Fang Jing hardened his heart and warned them with a serious expression. I'd rather argue with her. Come on, Fang Jing, see what I brought you. With that, Lu Huai walked past Lu Shiqing, sat down on Fang Jing's other side, and opened the takeout food one by one. Fang Jing, I also brought you skewers from that barbecue stall you used to take me to, not wanting to be outdone. Lu Shiqing sat down and opened the skewers she had brought. My instant noodles were just. Lu Shiqing, I see you're being suspiciously attentive. You must be up to no good. What? You regret it? You want to come back and reconcile with your ex-husband? Lu Huai pushed Fang Jing back against the sofa and looked at Lu Shiqing on his other side to ask, so what if I do? Is it any of your business? The moment Lu Shiqing said it, all three of them were stunned. Knowing she had misspoken, Lu Shiqing lowered her head slightly, pretending to tidy the stray hairs by her ear. Lu Shiqing, you're so shameless. Are those the words of a human being? You were the one who wanted a divorce, and now you're the one who wants to get back together. Holding on to your white moonlight with one hand while refusing to let go of your ex-husband with the other. Lu Shiqing, aren't you just keeping a lover while looking for another? Slat. After speaking, Lu Huai gave Lu Shiqing a disdainful look. I never have. Lu Shiqing looked as if she had been greatly wronged, and tears began to well up in her eyes again. Enough. Fang Jing stood up and shouted. I'm tired. I want to rest. Both of you go home. Fang Jing's head drooped, and he waved his hand. Fang Jing, go home. It's getting late. Brother Fang Jing, she started. You go home too. Fang Jing turned his head and looked at Lu Huai with a serious expression. All right. Knowing that Fang Jing was truly angry, Lu Huai lowered her head and left his apartment. Lu Shiqing's lips moved, wanting to say something but stopping. She also got up and left. After the two sisters left, Fang Jing slumped back onto the sofa, leaned against the backrest, and looked up at the light above, lost in thought. Lu Shiqing, 5 years wasn't enough to make us fall in love with each other. Let's just let each other go. Fang Jing muttered to himself. CEO Lu, it's bad. Something has happened. The secretary ran into Lu Shiqing's office in a hurry. What happened? Has the sky fallen? You have no sense of propriety. Lu Shiqing looked up at her secretary, displeased. I'm sorry, CEO Lu. Something really has happened to the company. Speak. Lu Shiqing said faintly, Her head lowered as she looked at the documents. There's a problem with the batch of goods we delivered to Mr. Zhang. What problem? Lu Shiqing raised her head. We used inferior raw materials for that batch of products, which caused Mr. Zhang's clients to cancel a large number of orders and demand compensation from him. The secretary hurriedly replied. How could this happen? What are the purchasing and inspection departments doing? A bunch of idiots. Lu Shiqing slammed her hand on the desk and stood up in anger. Ms. Lu, you gave Supervisor Song full authority over this order. He canceled the original supplier and found others. And to deliver ahead of schedule, he put the materials into production without going through the inspection department for spot checks, the secretary answered cautiously. Song Mubai, you imbecile, you useless trash. Go find Song Mubai for me. Leaning one hand on the desk for support, Lu Shiqing's other hand pointed towards the office door, her voice trembling with rage. Yes, Ms. Lu. Also, bring me the files on all the suppliers he found. Okay. The secretary scurried out of Lu Shiqing's office. Ms. Lu, here is all the information on the suppliers Supervisor Song signed with. A short while later, the secretary placed a stack of files on Lu Shiqing's desk. So many. Lu Shiqing's pupils contracted as she saw the stack of documents. She quickly picked one up and, after reading it, grabbed the next. Slap. Lu Shiqing slammed the last file hard onto the desk. None of these companies have any qualifications whatsoever. How did they pass the company's review? What do the people in the review department do for a living? Lu Shiqing stood up, unbuttoned her suit jacket, and paced back and forth behind her desk, panting with anger. Supervisor Song used your name to sign off on them directly. It never went through the review department for confirmation, the secretary answered, trembling. He's just a department supervisor. Why did everyone in every department listen to him? Why didn't anyone come and tell me? Lu Shiqing spun around, planting her hands on the desk and glaring at the secretary as she questioned her. Because everyone knows that Supervisor Song is your fiancé, Ms. Lu. So, who said he's my fiancé? Lu Shiqing roared, cutting the secretary off. Supervisor Song said so himself. Everyone in the company knows. Where is Song Mubai? Where is he? Why isn't he here yet? Now is not the time to investigate her relationship with Song Mubai. Lu Shiqing slammed the desk again and bellowed. Supervisor Song is not in the company. Not in the company during work hours? Where did he go? The secretary's reply almost made Lu Shiqing faint from anger. I don't know. The secretary lowered her head, her hands clenched so tightly together that her knuckles turned white. Then why haven't you called him? I called just now, but he didn't answer. However, I've already sent people to look for him, the secretary said, raising her eyebrows slightly before quickly lowering them again. Song Mubai, you useless piece of trash. A good-for-nothing who only knows how to screw things up. I was truly blind to have entrusted this project to you. Lu Shiqing sat back down in her office chair, her hands gripping the leather armrests so tightly they creaked. Ring, ring, ring. The secretary quickly took out her phone, glanced furtively at the fuming Lu Shiqing, and answered the call. Hello. Okay, I understand. After listening to the other person, the secretary hung up. Ms. Lu, Supervisor Song is at a KTV, the secretary answered softly. Ha. Lu Shiqing propped her forehead with her hand and let out two cold laughs, as if laughing at how much of a scoundrel Song Mubai was, and perhaps also at her own foolishness. Get the car. We're going to the KTV. Yes, Ms. Lu. Just as she arrived at the door of Song Mubai's private room, Lu Shiqing heard his voice. He was bragging loudly. She was about to rush in, but stopped her hand from pushing the door. Betrayal of the Ice Queen CEO. Young Master Song, you're really ruthless. Lu Shiqing treats you so well, and this time you've really screwed her over. Aren't you afraid she'll find out about this? Don't worry. Lu Shiqing loves me to death. So what if she finds out? Besides, I helped her save a lot of money. She should be thanking me. She should be buying me a better car, a bigger house. What right does she have to blame me? Song Mubai said, with a woman in each arm, his hands roaming up and down their bodies. Young Master Song really knows how to play. To think you could tame this Ice Queen CEO and make her so obedient. That idiot Lu Shiqing is just a love-struck fool. Women like her are the easiest to deceive, Song Mubai said smugly. Then why doesn't young Master Song hurry up and marry her? Marry her? Don't be ridiculous. If it were 5 years ago, I might have considered it, but now she's been with another man for 5 years. Am I the kind of person who takes someone else's leftovers? Song Mubai released the two princesses, picked up the wine glass on the table, swirled it twice, and drank it in one gulp. But she's the daughter of the Liu family, the CEO of the Liu Corporation, with assets in the hundreds of billions. Aren't you afraid someone else will snatch her away? A bald man, who was drinking, asked in surprise. She would never marry anyone else. So what if she was married for 5 years? Didn't she divorce for me as soon as I came back? Still, that bitch Liu Shiqing hasn't let me touch her since I've been back. Just you wait, Liu Shiqing. I'll get you sooner or later. Song Mubai cursed inwardly, picked up his glass again, and downed it. Bang! The door to the private room was kicked open. Who the fuck? Shiqing? You. What are you doing here? Seeing it was Liu Shiqing, Song Mubai's face went pale. He hurriedly pushed away the princesses beside him and stood up. Director Song, you really know how to enjoy yourself. Coming here in broad daylight, with a woman on each arm, you're having quite the time. Liu Shiqing's face was calm, once again assuming her Ice Queen CEO persona. Shiqing, you've misunderstood. I came here today to meet with CEO Chun to discuss a partnership. Really, the suppliers we were using before were quoting prices that were too high. They were treating you like a fool. This time, the CEO Chun I found his quote is a full half cheaper than the previous suppliers. Song Mubai hurried forward, once again putting on a facade of being good to Liu Shiqing as he explained. If I hadn't just seen that disgusting expression on your face, I almost would have believed you. Liu Shiqing snorted coldly. Shiqing, don't you believe me? Seeing Liu Shiqing's expression, Song Mubai's smile vanished, replaced by a look of grievance. If the first batch of products you delivered to CEO Zhang hadn't had a problem, I'd still be in the dark. Why did you change suppliers without my approval? And since they are new partners, why did you put them into production without any review or inspection? All the new partners have incomplete qualifications. Are you blind? There's even a company that was established less than a month ago. You actually chose to partner with these kinds of companies. Liu Shiqing advanced on him step by step, and Song Mubai retreated step by step, until he had nowhere left to go and fell back onto the sofa. Shiqing, I did it all for the good of the company. Because they're new companies, they all need new orders to open up the market, so their quotes would be lower, right? On top of that, I bargained with them. I saved the company a lot of money this time. Instead of rewarding me, you're blaming me. Even at this point, Song Mubai still looked as if he were the one who had been wronged. Song Mubai, don't you understand that for a company to develop, the prerequisite for maximizing profit is integrity? Do you have any idea that the new suppliers you found provided uncertified materials? Now our product has failed. The client is demanding compensation. Do you know how much damage you've done to the company's profits and reputation this time? Is that little bit of money you saved enough to cover the damages? The more Liu Shiqing spoke, the more agitated she became, finally letting out a roar, her eyes filled with a fury that made her wish she could tear Song Mubai to pieces. Shiqing, I was just. Save your explanations. Starting today, you're fired. Until this matter is fully investigated, you will stay at home. Oh, and by the way, I heard everything you said to them earlier. You, Song Mubai, I wouldn't even give you a second glance. After saying this, Liu Shiqing turned and walked out of the private room. Shiqing, let me explain. I was just bragging to them. Don't take it seriously. Song Mubai chased Liu Shiqing all the way to the door and to the side of her car. Song Mubai, we're done. Liu Shiqing got into the car, and the driver closed the door. Shiqing, don't go. Drive. The driver stepped on the gas and left the KTV entrance. Fuck. Liu Shiqing, if you think you can dump me, it's not that easy. Watching Liu Shiqing's car drive away, Song Mubai furiously kicked a roadside planter. Shiqing, don't close the door, let me explain. Liu Shiqing, who had just returned home from work, was about to close the door when she was blocked by Song Mubai, who had been waiting outside for a long time. Shiqing, don't be like this. Let's talk. The two of them were both pushing on the door. I have nothing to talk about with you. Get lost. Shiqing, I love you. I really do love you. Bang. In the end, Lu Shiqing couldn't stop Song Mubai from forcing his way in. The door was pushed open by Song Mubai. Shiqing, I love you, you can't leave me. Haven't you always wanted to marry me? I promise you, we'll go get our marriage certificate tomorrow, okay? A bloodthirsty light flickered in Song Mubai's eyes, like a crazed jackal. He approached Lu Shiqing step by step. Don't come any closer. What are you trying to do? Lu Shiqing retreated step by step. Song Mubai's appearance truly frightened her. Lu Shiqing, didn't you say you loved me? Why are you hiding from me? The smile on Song Mubai's face was terrifying. Shiqing, you've been sleeping with another man for 5 years. I've been back for so long. Don't you want to compensate me a little? As he spoke, Song Mubai took off his jacket and continued to advance on the retreating Lu Shiqing. Song Mubai, you're an animal. What do you think you're doing? Terrified, Lu Shiqing tightly crossed her arms over her chest and continued to back away. What do you think I want to do? Sleep with you, of course. That way you'll be mine. With that, Song Mubai pounced on Lu Shiqing like a starving wolf, holding her tightly in his arms, his mouth closing in on her neck. 14. The scumbag's true colors. Song Mubai, you beast, let go of me. Lu Shiqing struggled with all her might, tilting her head back as far as possible, trying desperately to avoid Song Mubai's drooling mouth. Who are you pretending to be pure for? You've been sullied by others, and now you're putting on an act for me. I have to have you today. Song Mubai shoved Lu Shiqing onto the sofa behind her and quickly pressed himself on top of her. No, don't. Song Mubai, you can't do this to me. Tears welled up in Lu Shiqing's eyes as she fought to break free, but Song Mubai showed not a hint of pity. Fong Jing, save me. You bitch. Slap. Lu Shiqing shouting Fong Jing's name instantly provoked Song Mubai. He slapped her hard across the face. You're already divorced from him, and you're still thinking about him. Tell me, aren't you just asking for it? I'm your boyfriend, yet you spend your days thinking about another man. MMPH. Let go of me. What? Was Fong Jing that good to you in bed? Good enough to make you miss him so much. Song Mubai pinned Lu Shiqing's hands down, immobilizing her. Today, I'll show you that I'm not any worse than him. After speaking, Song Mubai once again moved closer to Lu Shiqing, biting at her frantically. Beast, let go of me. Help! Beast! Rip! A tear was ripped in Lu Shiqing's blouse, revealing a slightly trembling shoulder. Suddenly, Lu Shiqing saw the crystal vase on the coffee table. Song Mubai had specifically bought it when he last gave her flowers. She had thrown the flowers away later, but kept the vase. While struggling, Lu Shiqing strained to reach for the vase. Bang! Ah! Just as Song Mubai was lost in his frenzied biting, he was suddenly struck on the back of the head by a heavy object, the pain causing him to quickly get up. Lu Shiqing seized the opportunity to push Song Mubai away and sat up from the sofa. She straightened her slightly disheveled clothes, picked up a shard of the vase from the floor, and retreated a few steps away from Song Mubai. Song Mubai clutched his head in pain, stomping his feet. Lu Shiqing, you bitch, you dare to hit me. Song Mubai, if you dare try anything else, I'll kill myself in front of you. Lu Shiqing suddenly held the shard to her own neck. Fine. Even if you die today, I won't let you go. Don't come any closer, or I'll call the police. Fortunately, her phone was still in her pocket. Lu Shiqing quickly took out her phone. Lu Shiqing, you just wait. Song Mubai pointed at Lu Shiqing, then touched the wound on the back of his head. Seeing his hand covered in blood, Song Mubai had no choice but to leave for now. I won't let you get away with this, or that Fong Jing. Neither of you will have it easy. Before leaving, Song Mubai threw out a harsh threat. After Song Mubai left, Lu Shiqing collapsed to the floor, hugging her knees tightly, curled up beside the sofa. The tears could no longer be held back, falling like pearls from a broken string. She suddenly remembered all the ways Fong Jing had been good to her over the past 5 years. Fong Jing had never let her suffer the slightest grievance. To think that for a scumbag like Song Mubai, she had ignored everything Fong Jing had done for her. Slap. Fong Jing, I was wrong. The more Lu Shiqing thought about it, the more she felt like a bastard. She slapped herself, her cries growing more sorrowful. Song Mubai's use of substandard raw materials this time directly caused the company a loss of over 50 million, and that didn't even include the compensation for Mr. Zhang. Lu Shiqing had intended to send Song Mubai in, but in the end, she let him go. She didn't want to have any more to do with him. The most important thing now was to find new suppliers and complete President Zhang's order as soon as possible. However, the original suppliers had all refused to cooperate with the Lu Corporation for various reasons. Help from the ex-husband. Hello, Fong Jing. The Lu Corporation has run into some trouble recently. Can you help me? At her wit's end, Lu Shiqing thought of Fong Jing. It was because Fong Jing had been the one to secure many of the previous suppliers. No need. You wait at home for me. I'll come find you. Perfect. I have something else I want to talk to you about. After hanging up, Lu Shiqing drove alone to Fong Jing's residence. Ding dong. Fong Jing got up and opened the door. You're here. Come in and talk. Lu Shiqing's face was haggard, and her eyes had lost their former sparkle, as if she were exhausted. After Lu Shiqing sat down, Fong Jing prepared a glass of water for her, then sat to the side. Lu Shiqing picked up the water, took a sip, and put it down again, her face expressionless. What's wrong with the company? Seeing that Lu Shiqing wasn't speaking, Fong Jing spoke first. Song Mubai replaced all of the company's suppliers, which caused problems with our products, and the company lost a lot of money. The suppliers you secured before are no longer willing to work with the company because of Song Mubai. If we can't find suitable new suppliers and can't deliver on time, the company might have to pay President Zhang nearly $1 billion in breach of contract damages. So, I want to ask for your help. Lu Shiqing lowered her head, her handbag resting on her knees, her hands tightly gripping its handles. I know we're already divorced, and you have no obligation to help me, but other than you, I have no one I can trust right now. Lu Shiqing turned to look at Fong Jing, her eyes brimming with tears. No, don't misunderstand. I was just thinking about how to help you. Grandpa Lu raised me for over a decade. Even if not for your sake, I would help the Lu Corporation overcome this difficulty for Grandpa Lu's sake. Fong Jing quickly came to his senses and explained. Thank you, Fong Jing. It's nothing, don't worry. I still have some connections with some of the previous partners. I'm sure they'll give me some face. How about this? You go back first. Give me 3 days, and I will definitely help you find a new source of goods. After speaking, Fong Jing prepared to get up and see Lu Shiqing out, but he noticed she had no intention of leaving. What is it? Is there something else? Fong Jing frowned slightly and sat back down. Song Mubai. He's a beast. He's a complete and utter scumbag. He tried to. As Lu Shiqing spoke, tears began to stream down her face. She threw herself into Fong Jing's arms. The sudden move caught Fong Jing completely off guard. Lu Shiqing hugged Fong Jing tightly, crying her heart out in his embrace without restraint. For a moment, Fong Jing didn't know what to do. He slowly raised a hand and gently patted Lu Shiqing's back to comfort her. What happened? Get up and tell me first. I won't. Whoa. Lu Shiqing's crying turned into sobs. Fong Jing wanted to push her away, but his hand stopped in midair and he drew it back. What are you two doing? Perhaps Lu Shiqing's crying was so loud that neither of them heard the front door open. Hearing someone enter, Lu Shiqing reluctantly sat up and wiped the tears from her face with her arm. The sisters clash. After Lu Huai walked closer to the two of them, Fong Jing stood up to explain. Huai, don't misunderstand. What are we doing? Didn't you see it all? Lu Shiqing also stood up after drying her tears. Lu Shiqing, how can you be so shameless with brother Fong Jing? Smack! Lu Shiqing slapped Lu Huai across the face before she could finish her sentence. Lu Huai, who's the shameless one here? You come running to your brother-in-law's house every day to suck up to him, and you have the nerve to call me shameless? Lu Shiqing's action stunned Lu Huai and also left Fong Jing momentarily frozen. Although the two sisters had always bickered, they had never gotten physical, at least not in Fong Jing's memory. Lu Shiqing, you dare to hit me. Lu Huai clutched her face, her eyes filled with a mix of anger and grievance. Lu Huai, you're also a member of the Lu family, yet you're completely unreliable and never ask about the company's affairs. You left home for 5 years without a word, leaving this huge company to me all alone. Do you know how tired I am? What good will it do you if the Lu Corporation collapses? I used to think you were young and didn't know any better, but how old are you now? Can't you be a little more mature? Lu Shiqing, with tears in her eyes again, confronted Lu Huai directly. I already told you I don't like it. Do you think I like it then? Do you think I don't want to do what I love, to live every day without a care in the world, to go wherever I want? In this world, how many people are there who can truly do whatever they please? Fine. You want to be free, to do as you wish, then I won't care anymore. Let the Lu family business go bankrupt. The Lu family business isn't mine alone. Do you think that without the Lu family, you could still be as carefree as you are now, doing whatever comes to your mind? Lu Huai moved her lips, wanting to say something, but was cut off by Lu Shiqing. The so-called freedom you speak of, the so-called doing as you please, was all earned for you by your closest family members who are carrying your burdens. Lu Huai, do you feel no guilt at all? After speaking, Lu Shiqing sniffled and wiped her tears with her arm. Lu Huai still stared angrily at Lu Shiqing, but she no longer retorted. Perhaps she felt that she was truly at a loss for words. Fang Jing, standing to the side, didn't know how to resolve the conflict between the two sisters and hesitated to intervene. Fine, it was all my fault before. I was too willful. But what was going on with you and Fang Jing just now? You're divorced from him. Why are you still clinging to him? Just as Fang Jing was in a dilemma, Lu Huai once again directed the fire at him. Yes, I am divorced from Fang Jing, but that doesn't mean you can come between us. I'm telling you, I came to find Fang Jing today for 2 reasons. First, to ask for his help in resolving the company's difficulties. Second, I want to remarry him. As Lu Shiqing's words came out, both Lu Huai and Fang Jing were stunned. Remarry? No, I don't agree. You can't remarry him. Having come to her senses, Lu Huai strongly objected. Why not? In what capacity are you trying to stop me? Shiqing, don't make such jokes. Fang Jing, I've thought it through. I want to remarry you. I was blind before. I didn't see how good you were to me. It was my obsession with Song Mubai that made me constantly ignore you. I'm sorry. I hope you can forgive me and give me another chance. Lu Shiqing turned to look at Fang Jing, her eyes full of affection. Fang Jing, you can't agree to her. Lu Huai pushed Lu Shiqing aside and pulled Fang Jing to her side. Lu Huai, what right do you have to stop what's between me and Fang Jing? What reason do you have to stop me from remarrying him? Because of this. Lu Huai took out a photo from her bag. Who is this child? Lu Shiqing frowned at the child in the photo and asked. He is Fang Jing's child, and I am the child's biological mother. Buzz! A loud noise exploded in Fang Jing's head, making him dizzy. Lu Huai, what nonsense are you talking about? You just came back. How could you possibly have a child this old with Fang Jing? Huai, you can't just say things like that. What did I have a child with you? Neither Lu Shiqing nor Fang Jing believed it. Brother Fang Jing, I originally wanted to tell you about Mumu after you had truly accepted me in your heart. But now, Brother Fang Jing, I've liked you since high school, but Grandpa made you marry Lu Shiqing. Do you know how heartbroken I was? I laughed at Grandpa and had a big fight with him, but he still didn't agree. Thinking of the past, sadness welled up in her heart again. Lu Huai looked at Fang Jing, 2 streams of tears bursting from her eyes. What does this have to do with the child? Could it be that you too, before Fang Jing and I got married? Lu Shiqing hurriedly stepped forward and questioned. No. I've always seen Huai as a sister. Before we got married, I never had any improper thoughts about Huai, let alone did anything happen. Fang Jing waved his hands repeatedly to clear his name. 5 years ago, on the day you got married, our family had dinner together in the evening, and Lu Shiqing went home early. You remember that, right? You drank a lot with a few relatives and company shareholders, and I was the one who took you home. I remember, after I brought you back, Lu Shiqing locked the bedroom door. No matter how much I begged her, she wouldn't open it and told me to take you to the guest room. Lu Shiqing, you haven't forgotten, have you? This is what you did. On your wedding night, you ignored him and made him sleep in the guest room. What right do you have to say you love him? Lu Shiqing's legs felt weak, and she nearly fell. Because everything Lu Huai said was true. Later, I had no choice but to help the drunken Fang Jing to the guest room. But as we passed my bedroom door, he mistook me for you and pressed me against the wall. I was worried about being discovered. so I took him into my room. Lu Huai said bluntly, revealing the truth of that year. Lu Shiqing could guess the rest. Her legs went weak again, and she stumbled and collapsed onto the sofa, her eyes staring blankly at the floor. Fang Jing, do you still think the person who spent the wedding night with you was Lu Shiqing? Think carefully. Whose Victoria's Secret lingerie did you tear that night? Lu Shiqing would never wear something so cheap. And whose jasmine-scented body wash did you smell? Lu Shiqing has allergies. She can't use it. You carried me to the bed first, then you pulled me to the balcony. Do you remember? And who kept saying I was his princess? Lu Huai's words left Fang Jing stunned. Scenes from that night 5 years ago surfaced in his mind. Although some details were hazy, some were exactly as Lu Huai had described. He had always thought the person he was with that night was Lu Shiqing. Only now did he realize he had gone to the wrong bridal chamber. But when I woke up that morning, I was in the marital room I shared with Shiqing. Fang Jing came to his senses and asked hurriedly. He wished so badly that none of this was real. After we were done, I sent you back to the guest room. As for why you ended up in your marital room, you'll have to ask your ex-wife. I got up in the middle of the night and felt I had gone too far. After all, you had already promised to divorce me in 5 years. I shouldn't have made you sleep in the guest room on your wedding night. Lu Shiqing collapsed on the sofa, also recalled the latter half of that night, her face still devoid of expression as she replied. Fang Jing slumped onto the sofa. He had never understood why she was so forward that night, only to become so cold to him afterward, never initiating anything again. So that was why. 17 The truth is revealed. The three of them sat in silence for a long time, head bowed and hands clasped tightly. Fang Jing took a deep breath and spoke again. Shiqing, Huai, I've wronged you both. I'm the one who hurt you. I, Fang Jing, am not a good person. I've also failed to repay Grandpa Lu and the Lu family for raising me. Fang Jing, it's not your fault. It's all my fault. I shouldn't have shut you out on our wedding night. It was all me. I was too immature back then. Lu Shiqing looked at Fang Jing, a hint of emotion returning to her eyes. Fang Jing, you don't have to apologize to me. I love you. Everything that happened that night was consensual. I have never blamed you for anything, nor have I ever regretted it. I originally wanted to bury this secret in my heart forever and pretend nothing happened. But then I found out I was pregnant. I didn't want to put you in a difficult position, so I left the Lu family. When I learned you and Lu Shiqing had divorced a while ago, I came to a realization. Mumu has the right to know who his biological father is, and I don't want to lie to myself anymore. So, I came back this time for you. I want to pursue you boldly this one time. Even if it doesn't work out in the end, I'll have no regrets. Lu Huai stood beside Fang Jing, speaking her heart out to him as he sat on the sofa with his head down. Can I see Mumu? Fang Jing asked after a long pause. Of course, he's your child. Of course you can see him. Fang Jing, I finally see my own heart clearly now. You walked into it long ago. My world can't be without you. Hearing Fang Jing's words, Lu Shiqing panicked. She scrambled over to Fang Jing's side, grabbing his hand, her eyes filled with pleading, desperately hoping he would come back to her. Brother Fang Jing, I won't use Mumu to pressure you. Even if you don't want to accept me, I can understand. I won't make things difficult for you, and I won't let you choose me just because of Mumu. If that were the case, I'd rather not. Lu Huai, standing to the side, spoke again. Lu Huai, don't think I don't see your little trick. Playing hard to get. And you say you're not forcing Fang Jing. Lu Shiqing looked up and glared at Lu Huai. Think what you want. You. All right, both of you, stop talking, Fang Jing said, pulling his hand away from Lu Shiqing's grasp, his tone calm. I want to be alone and think. You should both go home. Brother Fang Jing, Annie is coming back next week. Mumu is with her now. I'll arrange for you to see him then. You said little Anne is coming back? Lu Shiqing stood up and asked. Yes, little Anne's child is sick and needs to return to the country for treatment. Brother Fang Jing, I'll be going then. After speaking, Lu Huai turned and left Fang Jing's house. Fang Jing, don't worry too much about the company. I'll contact new suppliers tomorrow. You should go back and handle your company's other matters. Okay, then I'll head back and wait for your news. Lu Shiqing walked slowly to the door, then looked back one more time at Fang Jing, who was sitting on the sofa lost in thought, before she left. Tonight, All three of them, by a strange coincidence, suffered from insomnia. Lu Huai leaned against the headboard, holding a photo of her son, gently stroking his little face with a faint smile. Lu Shiqing sat cross-legged on the bed, staring blankly at the wedding photo of her and Fong Jing above the headboard. And Fong Jing lay in bed, hands clasped behind his head, staring unblinkingly at the ceiling. 3 days later, with Fong Jing's help, a new supplier was finally found, but the price was a bit high. Coupled with Song Mubai's previous meddling, they had to give another 10% discount on this batch of orders. This time, the Lu family had likely worked for nothing. Fong Jing, I want to see you. Lu Shiqing dialed Fong Jing's number. She already knew that her sister-in-law was coming back tomorrow, and Fong Jing would be seeing his son. Lu Shiqing hoped to fight for herself one last time, or at the very least, leave a place for herself in Fong Jing's heart. Okay. Then at 4 in the afternoon, at the cafe we went to before. Okay. After making the arrangement, they didn't exchange any more unnecessary words. You're here. I ordered your favorite for you. Lu Shiqing had arrived at the appointed place early. Seeing Fong Jing walk in, she quickly stood up with a gentle smile and said, "Thank you." Fong Jing said his thanks and sat down. "You helped me so much. I should be the one thanking you," Lu Shiqing said, gently stirring the coffee in front of her. "No need to be so formal with me." Fong Jing, are you really going to be with Lu Huai? The person you love is clearly me. Now that I've fallen in love with you, we are the most suitable for each other. After a long silence, Lu Shiqing looked up and asked. A complex mix of emotions showed in her eyes: worry, reluctance, self-blame. "Shiqing, there's something I've never told you, or Huai." "What is it?" "Before I came to the Lu family, I knew a little girl. At that time, my parents were gone, and the other children in the village called me a bastard with no mom or dad and wouldn't play with me. Only she often played with me and would bring me things to eat." Fong Jing paused here, picking up his coffee for a sip. "Later, she was taken away, and I never saw her again. Back then, I also thought it was just a childish dependency on her. But as I grew up, I still often thought of her." Fong Jing put down his coffee cup and continued. "Are you saying the person you love in your heart is her? Then why didn't you look for her?" A trace of surprise appeared on Lu Shiqing's face. She never expected Fong Jing to have such a past. "I did, but it was as if she had vanished from the world. I often even suspected whether this person ever existed, or if she was just a figment of my imagination. But your concern for me, your meticulous care, you know all my preferences and habits so well, even better than I know myself. Isn't that proof of your love for me?" Lu Shiqing couldn't believe that Fong Jing's 5 years of kindness towards her had been fake. "Because you are a lot like her. I would occasionally see her shadow in you. I once suspected if you might be her. I asked you if you had ever lived anywhere else, and you said you had never been anywhere else, that you had always lived with the Lu family." Fong Jing looked up at Lu Shiqing and spoke the truth that had been buried in his heart for years. Fong Jing's words exploded over Lu Shiqing's head like a clap of thunder. Lu Shiqing could never have imagined that for so many years, she had been a substitute for someone else. "Fong Jing, how could you be so cruel to me? I was someone else's substitute." Tears streamed down Lu Shiqing's face, her lips trembling slightly. "You are not her substitute. I once thought that she might no longer be in this world. Since I married you, even though you didn't love me, I want to try to get closer to you, to fall in love with you. But in 5 years, no matter what I did, I could never get a single glance back from you. Shiqing, love is a two-person affair, not one person running ahead while the other desperately chases from behind. If it's like that, the person behind will eventually get tired, will give up." Fong Jing continued to reply. Heh, so that's how it is. I was wondering, you love me so much, cared for me so much. Why did you agree so readily when I asked for a divorce? It turns out you were tired and didn't want to chase anymore." A bitter smile appeared on Lu Shiqing's face as she shook her head. "I understand now. I was always obsessed with the moonlight of the past, but I ignored the real scenery right beside me." Lu Shiqing wiped away a tear. "Shiqing, I'm sorry. You don't need to apologize to me. It's my fault. I'm the one who failed you." After they finished talking, they walked out of the coffee shop one after the other. "Fong Jing, I want to go see Aunt tomorrow too. I haven't seen her since the family sent her abroad. and I miss her a lot. Okay, you can decide for yourself. This aunt of the Liu family was said to be only 4 years older than the Liu Shiqing sisters. She was Old Master Liu's illegitimate daughter from an affair and was only brought back to the Liu family later. Before I came to the Liu family, she had been sent to live abroad again and later stayed overseas to help the Liu family manage their foreign business. She didn't even come back to attend my wedding to Liu Shiqing. The grievances of a wealthy family. Fang Jing sighed inwardly as he thought about the fate of this Liu family aunt whom he had never met. Let's go back. The two walked towards the parking lot outside the coffee shop, completely unaware of Song Mubai sitting in a black car not far away. After Song Mubai was kicked out of the Liu Corporation, the luxury car, famous watch, secondary credit card, and mansion that Liu Shiqing had given him were all taken back. The current Song Mubai could be said to have nothing. Fang Jing, Liu Shiqing, you damned adulterous pair. What right do you have to live so freely and happily? This was all supposed to be mine. Liu Shiqing, you bitch, you dare to betray me. In that case, what I can't have, no one else can either. Song Mubai gripped the steering wheel tightly, his eyes turning a faint bloodshot color as he watched Fang and Liu. He had been following the two for several days, and today he finally had his chance, with both of them appearing together. You can all go to hell. Song Mubai slammed on the accelerator and charged towards them. Watch out! Seeing the car speeding towards him, Fang Jing turned and shoved Liu Shiqing away. Bang! Before Fang Jing could dodge, his feet left the ground and he was sent flying. Liu Shiqing, having been suddenly and violently pushed away by Fang Jing, fell to the ground. By the time she came to her senses, Fang Jing was already lying not far away, blood flowing from his head. Fang Jing! Fang Jing! Fang Jing! You have to be okay, Fang Jing. Liu Shiqing came to her senses with a hysterical scream, so loud that even the sanitation worker on the main road looked up. Liu Shiqing's legs went weak, and she crawled over to Fang Jing's side. She slowly picked up his hand, her eyes filled with regret, self-blame, and even more, a pain like her own flesh being cut. Quick, call an ambulance. Quick, hurry up. Liu Shiqing begged the onlookers. I've already called the police. The ambulance will be here soon. Miss, don't panic just yet. A passerby reassured her. Fang Jing, I'm sorry. It's my fault I got you hurt. Fang Jing, you can't die. Fang Jing, Fang Jing. Outside the operating room at the hospital, Liu Shiqing sat motionless on a bench in the hallway like a soulless corpse. Miss, your hand is injured. Let me take you to get it treated. A passing nurse saw the injury on Liu Shiqing's arm, likely from when Fang Jing pushed her, and came forward to help her up and walk her to where wounds were dressed. After the wound was treated, Liu Shiqing stood up with a blank expression. Without even a word of thanks, she turned and walked back to the operating room, door like a zombie, and sat down again. When Liu Huai heard the news of Fang Jing's injury, she was cracking melon seeds. The seeds in her hand instantly fell to the ground. After hanging up the phone, wearing only a pair of slippers, she rushed out the door. The whole way, she urged the driver to go faster, tears streaming down her face. Liu Shiqing, I'll kill you. Before even reaching the operating room door, Liu Huai saw the stupefied Liu Shiqing sitting there and roared as she ran towards her. But Liu Shiqing, as if she hadn't heard, remained sitting motionless. Liu Huai came up to Liu Shiqing, pulled her up, and grabbed her by the collar. Liu Shiqing, why do you have to keep clinging to Fang Jing? Haven't you hurt him enough? Will you only be satisfied when you've caused his death? If it weren't for you, why would Song Mubai have come to hurt Fang Jing? You are the main culprit in this. Liu Huai's tears continued to fall, but the anger on her face only grew stronger. Liu Shiqing, however, remained blank-eyed and said nothing, not even resisting as Liu Huai held her by the collar. If anything happens to Fang Jing, Liu Shiqing, I'm not finished with you. Liu Huai shoved Liu Shiqing back onto the chair. Liu Shiqing's hair was a mess, and her camel-colored trench coat was still stained with Fang Jing's blood. Man, the Liu family bodyguards, having received the call, had already arrived at the hospital. At Liu Huai's command, a bodyguard stepped forward. I don't care what methods you use. Go find Song Mubai and bring him to me under control. Yes, second miss. The bodyguard glanced at the unresponsive Lu Shiqing before hastily replying. After the surgery had gone on for 6 or 7 hours, the light above the operating room door finally went out. The door slowly opened, and the doctor who had operated on Fong Jing was the first to walk out. Seeing the doctor emerge, Lu Shiqing finally reacted, scrambling to her feet and rushing towards him, only to be pushed aside by Lu Huai. "Doctor, how is he? You must save him. We're willing to pay any amount." Lu Huai pleaded, grabbing the doctor's arm. "You don't need to worry. The surgery was a success. His life is not in danger. He has multiple fractures in his leg, but he will recover after a period of rest." Hearing the doctor's words, the two sisters' hearts were finally put at ease. Fong Jing was wheeled out of the operating room, still unconscious. "Fong Jing, can you hear me? It's Huai." Lu Huai held Fong Jing's hand, tears dripping one by one onto his hospital bed. "Fong Jing, I'm sorry. This is all my fault. You have to get better." On the other side of the bed, Lu Shiqing also held Fong Jing's other hand, her face streaked with tears as she apologized incessantly. "Let's move the patient to the ICU first. We'll transfer him to a regular ward once his condition stabilizes. You two can go home for now. One person staying is enough." The two sisters wiped their tears and let go of Fong Jing's hands as the nurses wheeled him to the intensive care unit. But neither of them was willing to leave, and they both kept watch outside the ICU. The next day, Lu Huai went to pick up their younger aunt, Lu Qianqian. After settling them in, Lu Huai returned to the hospital alone with her son, Mumu. 3 nights later, Lu Shiqing had fallen asleep at Fong Jing's bedside, holding his hand. She hadn't slept properly in 2 days. Lu Huai was also dozing on the sofa in the private room. Suddenly, Lu Shiqing sat up straight. She thought she had just felt Fong Jing's hand move at her palm, but when she looked at him, he was lying quietly in bed, just as he had been for the past few days. Just as Lu Shiqing thought it was her imagination, the hand in hers moved again. "Fong Jing, are you awake? Fong Jing, can you hear me?" Lu Shiqing stood up excitedly, leaning closer to him. Hearing her voice, Lu Huai also became alert and hurried to the bedside. "Fong Jing, Fong Jing." Fong Jing's eyelids fluttered twice, and he slowly opened his eyes. "Fong Jing, you're finally awake." Lu Shiqing cried tears of joy upon seeing his eyes open. "Fong Jing, is there anything you want to eat? I'll go have it made for you." "Fong Jing, do you feel uncomfortable anywhere? Quick, call the doctor." Lu Huai hurriedly pressed the call button by the bed. I'm fine, don't worry," Fong Jing said weakly. Before long, the doctor on duty arrived in Fong Jing's room. After a series of examinations, the doctor finally spoke. "You two don't need to worry anymore. His condition is very stable. As long as he recuperates well, he'll be fine soon." "Thank you, doctor." After the doctor left, the two sisters once again gathered around the hospital bed. "Is your aunt back? What illness does her child have? Why did they need to return to the country for treatment?" A week later, Fong Jing had improved significantly. Except for some difficulty walking, he was mostly fine. Lu Huai had just brought a meal she had cooked at home, and Fong Jing asked casually as he ate. Perhaps Fong Jing was just trying to find a topic of conversation to ease the awkwardness between the two of them. After all, their current relationship was difficult to define. "My young aunt is a non-marriage advocate, but she wanted a child of her own. A few years ago, she returned to the country, found a hospital's sperm bank, and underwent artificial insemination. But 2 years ago, the child was diagnosed with leukemia and needed a bone marrow transplant, but they couldn't find a matching donor. So, my aunt came back this time hoping to find the child's biological father or his family through the hospital where she had the artificial insemination, in the hope of getting a bone marrow transplant." Lu Huai sat to the side peeling an apple, explaining to Fong Jing the reason for Lu Qianqian's return. "Why did you stop eating? What are you thinking about? Is the food I made today not to your liking?" Lu Huai asked, seeing Fong Jing spacing out. "Oh, no. I just suddenly remembered something." "What is it?" "It's nothing." Fong Jing gave a perfunctory reply and continued eating. Lu Qianqian went to the hospital where she had the artificial insemination and explained her purpose. "Ms. Lu, according to legal regulations, you are not allowed to view the donor's personal information. However, your situation is special. I need to report this to my superiors. Only with an official letter from the Judicial Department and the consent of the person involved can we approve your request to view the information. So, you go back and wait first. We will contact you as soon as there is news. The doctor replied after checking the medical report of Lu Qianqian's daughter and confirming it was true. Thank you. If my child can't find a matching bone marrow soon, she might. Lu Qianqian's eyes filled with tears as she spoke of her sorrow. Ms. Lu, we understand how you feel, but we also have to follow the rules and regulations. I hope you can understand. Don't worry, I will submit the application for you as soon as possible. Thank you. Lu Qianqian stood up and bowed 90 degrees to the doctor to express her gratitude. During Fang Jing's hospitalization, the Lu sisters took turns taking care of him in the hospital, but they still couldn't stand each other. Perhaps it was because Lu Shiqing was related to Fang Jing's car accident. Every time they argued, Lu Shiqing would lose and eventually leave feeling sad and guilty. Today, Fang Jing was discharged from the hospital. Lu Huai did not take him home, but instead had the driver take him to another place. Where are you taking me? Fang Jing asked as he sat in the car, watching the scenery outside, which was not the way home. You'll know when we get there. After speaking, Lu Huai took out her phone and called Lu Shiqing. I don't care how busy you are right now. You come to the abandoned factory in the south of the city immediately. By the way, I've already picked up Brother Fang Jing. If you want to see him again, come right away. If you're late, you won't see him again. Lu Huai, didn't we agree on this afternoon? Hello. Hello. Before Lu Shiqing could finish her sentence, Lu Huai hung up the phone. Lu Huai, what are you trying to do? Hearing what Lu Huai had just said, Fang Jing showed a look of fear. Hee. Look how scared you are. You are Mu Mu's biological father. How could I let Mu Mu be without a father? Lu Huai leaned closer to Fang Jing's ear and whispered. After speaking, she didn't forget to blow lightly on Fang Jing's ear. Why? I'm sorry about what happened that night. I will take responsibility for you, but can you give me some time? Don't be impulsive. Fang Jing touched his ear, moved to the side, and avoided Lu Huai's gaze. Do you think I'm going to kidnap you and then elope with you? Don't worry. If you don't love me, I wouldn't agree even if you were willing. I, Lu Huai, am not the kind of person who can't let go. I understand that a forced melon is not sweet. Lu Huai sat up straight and said with a serious face, then what you're doing is, Song Mubai harmed you so badly. I can't just let it go. After Lu Huai finished speaking, she closed her eyes. The car soon arrived at the abandoned factory in the south of the city. Lu Huai had someone bring a prepared wheelchair and help Fang Jing sit in it. It's really not necessary. I can do it. Just sit. The doctor said you still need to rest well. I'll push you over. Lu Huai personally pushed Fang Jing to an open space. Shiqing, you're here. Quickly release me. I won't dare to do it again in the future. Song Mubai, who was tied to a chair, hurriedly begged for mercy when he saw the two approaching. Lu Huai had actually had someone bring Song Mubai out. Look clearly, I am not the Lu Shiqing you speak of. Lu Huai pushed Fang Jing aside and walked up to Song Mubai by herself. You are Shiqing's twin sister? Lu Huai, Song Mubai said uncertainly after looking her up and down several times. It seems you're not blind yet. I am Lu Huai. Lu Huai crossed her arms and looked down at Song Mubai coldly. Why did you bring me here? What do you want? This is illegal. What right do you have to talk about the law with me? You don't have to be in a hurry. When Lu Shiqing arrives, I will make you understand why I brought you here. Lu Huai stepped forward, grabbed Song Mubai's hair, and pulled his head back. Before Lu Shiqing comes, I'm going to collect some interest for Fang Jing first. Beat him. Lu Huai let go of Song Mubai, took a few steps back, and ordered her bodyguards. You can't hit me. What you're doing is illegal. Be careful. Don't leave any external injuries. Yes, second miss. Lu Huai added. Bang. Bang. Stop hitting me. Stop hitting me. The steel pipes in the bodyguard's hands struck Song Mubai one after another. Huai, quickly tell them to stop. Someone will be killed. Fang Jing, who was on the side, hurriedly tried to stop them. When he hit you, he was trying to kill you. Do you still care if he lives or dies? Don't get involved today. Stop. Just as Song Mubai was about to pass out, Lu Shiqing finally arrived. Lu Huai raised her hand, and the two bodyguards stopped. Lu Huai, what are you doing? Fong Jing, are you all right? She didn't do anything to you, did she? After stopping Lu Huai, Lu Shiqing hurried over to Fong Jing, looking him up and down. I'm fine. That's good, that's good. Lu Shiqing breathed a sigh of relief, stood up, and glanced at the battered Song Mubai, who was grimacing in pain. What is he doing here? Lu Shiqing asked, pointing at Song Mubai as she looked at Lu Huai. Shiqing, save me. Song Mubai pleaded weakly, but Lu Shiqing completely ignored him. For scum like him, just a few years in prison is letting him off too easy, Lu Huai said with a cold snort. Here, show this to President Lu. A bodyguard handed a folder to Lu Shiqing. What is this? See for yourself. Lu Shiqing opened the folder, and the more she read, the more her eyes burned with fury. Song Mubai, so those unqualified suppliers were in collusion with them all along. You actually took so many kickbacks. I trusted you so much, and you... Smack, her face filled with rage, Lu Shiqing walked up and slapped Song Mubai hard across the face. Recently, busy with company matters and Fong Jing's situation, Lu Shiqing hadn't had time to dig deeper into Song Mubai's past affairs. It was also possible she thought he had been deceived. That's why she hadn't sent anyone to investigate. I'm sorry, Shiqing. I was possessed. Can you forgive me? Right now, I wish I could cut you into 1,000 pieces. President Lu, keep reading. The main event is at the end. Lu Huai spoke again from behind her. Lu Shiqing glanced back at Lu Huai, then opened the folder again and turned to the last few pages. After reading the last few pages, Lu Shiqing felt dizzy and nearly collapsed. Her secretary, who had come with her, quickly stepped forward to support her. Now you know what kind of creature you've been waiting for these past 5 years. Lu Huai jeered. You shut up. Lu Shiqing turned and roared at Lu Huai. Song Mubai, back then you said you had to leave because you didn't want to make things difficult for me and my family. You said you would definitely come back for me once you were successful enough to be worthy of me. Then why did my grandfather give you 10 million a day before you left? Lu Shiqing threw the folder in her hand at Song Mubai. Shiqing, listen to my explanation. Grandpa gave it to me willingly. It was startup capital for my business. Yes, that's what it was. Song Mubai's eyes darted around, his mind racing. My grandfather never even thought you were good enough. He'd willingly give you startup capital? You're still lying to me. Thought, Lu Shiqing snatched the steel pipe from a nearby bodyguard's hand and brought it down on Song Mubai. 10 million? 10 million bought out our relationship. I must have been blind. How could I have been so madly in love with someone like you? I was such a fool. And for a scumbag, an animal like you, I even divorced Fong Jing, who cared for me so meticulously. Smack, with a sarcastic smile on her face, Lu Shiqing slapped herself. Fong Jing, who was standing to the side, had heard their conversation and now understood. It turned out Song Mubai had left after taking 10 million from Old Master Lu. Back then, Old Master Lu had said that Song Mubai was of poor character, would never amount to much, and was not a suitable candidate for a Lu family son-in-law. It seemed Old Master Lu's judgment was sharp after all. Lu Huai, why did you investigate all this? Why didn't you just let me never know? You wanted to see me make a fool of myself, didn't you? You're happy seeing me played for a monkey, aren't you? Lu Shiqing said furiously to Lu Huai. I didn't want to see you make a fool of myself. I just wanted you to know the truth. Shiqing, I had no choice but to take Grandpa's money. You, just forgive me. Song Mubai spoke again, trying to fight for one last chance. I'll leave this to you. I want to go back first. Lu Shiqing glanced at Song Mubai, not wanting to say another word to him. Don't worry, leave it to me. The secretary supported Lu Shiqing as they walked out. You few, take good care of young Master Song. Let him stay here for a few days, then hand these materials over to the police along with him. Yes, second miss. After giving her orders, Lu Huai walked over to Fong Jing's side. The show is over. You should have let off some steam now, right? How about I send you back? All right. Fong Jing glanced at Song Mubai and was pushed out of the abandoned factory by Lu Huai. From behind came Song Mubai's squeal like a stuck pig. Ring, ring. Lu Huai was with Fong Jing by the central lake in the park, helping him with his rehabilitation exercises when Fong Jing's phone rang. He took it out and saw it was an unknown number. After a moment's hesitation, Fong Jing answered the call. Hello. Hello. May I ask if you are Mr. Fong Jing? I am. And you are? Hearing the other person knew his name, Fong Jing relaxed a little and walked over to a nearby bench to sit down. We're from the reproductive center at Yinshi First Hospital. The reply startled Fong Jing because he had been to that place before, and he had made a sperm donation there. What is this about? It's like this. The sperm you donated years ago was used, but the recipient's child has developed leukemia. Because a suitable match couldn't be found, they contacted us, hoping that you or your family could get tested for a bone marrow match. If it's a match, they hope you would be willing to donate your bone marrow to save her child. We've already applied to the higher-ups, and they have sent an official letter. Now it just depends on whether you are willing. You can also refuse. The caller explained the purpose of the call clearly to Fong Jing. Hearing this, Fong Jing slowly turned his head to look at Lu Huai beside him. What's wrong? Why are you looking at me like that? Lu Huai looked down at her clothes, then touched her own cheek. Mr. Fong, are you still there? Oh, yes. I'm listening. Do you agree? If you can't decide right now, you can discuss it with your family first and then get back to me. Fong Jing's mind was reeling. May I ask if the other party's surname is Lu? Fong Jing asked tentatively in a low voice. How did you know? I don't think I mentioned that. The personal information of both parties is confidential. Where did you find that out? Fong Jing's question greatly surprised the caller. Hello. I agree to do the bone marrow typing. All right, I'll inform the other party. With that, Fong Jing hung up the phone. Huai, there's something I want to tell you, Fong Jing said, putting his phone away and looking at Lu Huai with a serious expression. What is it? You're so serious. Whose call was that just now? You look so shocked. Did something happen? Fong Jing didn't know how to begin. He thought for a long while before looking up at Lu Huai again. Before I married Lu Shiqing, I made a sperm donation. After saying this, Fong Jing lowered his head shyly. What? Lu Huai frowned, not understanding why Fong Jing would donate sperm. Back then, I saw a public service announcement on the roadside about sperm donation. Thinking about how I had no blood relatives left in this world, I was overcome with sadness and went on an impulse. I just thought that, even if I was alone in the future, at least there would be a relative with my bloodline somewhere in the world, Fong Jing said, his head still lowered as he explained the impulsive actions and thoughts from all those years ago. Oh, so that's how it was. But you have one now, don't you? And you can see him often. Lu Huai was, of course, referring to her son, Mumu, but Fong Jing didn't respond. What's wrong with you today? Who was that on the phone? Seeing Fong Jing's silence, Lu Huai pressed him. The child from my donation has leukemia. The recipient's surname is Lu. Fong Jing sat up straight and looked at Lu Huai. Auntie, realization dawning on her, Lu Huai shot to her feet, a look of utter astonishment on her face. Doesn't that mean Auntie's daughter is your child? How is that possible? How can there be such a coincidence in this world? Lu Huai's mind went completely blank. The next day, both parties were to come to the reproductive center to sign an agreement. Lu Huai accompanied Fong Jing. Huai, you're here so early. Lu Qianqian arrived at the reproductive center, accompanied by Lu Shiqing. Seeing Lu Huai, she smiled and greeted her, but Lu Huai merely nodded with a blank expression. When he saw Lu Qianqian, Fong Jing quickly stood up. Fong Jing, why aren't you resting at home? Why did you come too? Lu Shiqing asked with concern upon seeing Fong Jing. But Fong Jing only glanced at Lu Huai beside him and didn't reply. So you're Fong Jing. I'm so sorry. I couldn't make it back for your wedding to Shiqing back then. Auntie Lu, you're being too kind. Fong Jing really didn't know how to address her, and he gave a slight, awkward smile. The two of them sized each other up, both feeling a sense of déjà vu. But the two of them were sure they had never met before. I can't say much about you and Shiqing getting to this point. Feelings can't be forced. I won't persuade you to remarry, nor will I persuade you to separate. I just hope you can both think it over carefully and not leave each other with regrets. Lu Qianqian looked at Lu Shiqing beside her, then turned to Fong Jing. Yes, I understand. Fong Jing nodded. The other party isn't here yet. Let's wait here for a while, Lu Qianqian said, preparing to sit down nearby. But Lu Huai, who hadn't spoken, spoke up. The person is already here. Oh, where? Lu Qianqian turned back to look around. Lu Huai didn't answer, but looked at Fang Jing. It's me. Fang Jing glanced back at Lu Huai before looking at Lu Qianqian. What? Lu Shiqing and Lu Qianqian both showed expressions of astonishment at the same time. Fang Jing, you can't make this kind of joke with my aunt, Lu Shiqing said, a little angry. He's not joking. I was there yesterday when the hospital called him. The sperm my aunt used for her artificial insemination was what Fang Jing donated years ago. Lu Huai stepped forward to prove it for Fang Jing. For a moment, the four of them fell silent, as if the air around them had frozen. After signing the papers, the group walked out of the hospital together, but no one was the first to break the silence. Fang Jing, no matter what, thank you for being willing to do the bone marrow matching. I thank you on behalf of Xiao Xiao. Arriving at the car, Lu Qianqian was the first to speak. I didn't help much. You don't have to be so polite. If it can really save the child, I'll consider it a good deed. Fang Jing forced a smile and said politely, All right then, are you free tomorrow? If possible, let's do the bone marrow matching tomorrow. Xiao Xiao might not be able to wait much longer. A hint of sadness appeared on Lu Qianqian's face. I can. The child's illness is the most important thing. Fang Jing nodded. Wretch. Suddenly, Lu Shiqing felt a wave of nausea and dry heave twice. Shiqing, what's wrong with you? Lu Qianqian quickly turned around in concern. It might be that the milk I drank last night was a bit cold. Auntie, don't worry. Xiao Xiao's matter is more important. I'll go to the hospital for a checkup tomorrow. Okay. No matter how busy you are with work, you must take care of your health. I know. The group got into two separate cars and drove away from the fertility center. Fang Jing, thank you again. The next day, Fang Jing arrived at the hospital where Xiao Xiao was staying as promised. Lu Qianqian and Lu Huai were already waiting. Lu Huai had also specifically brought Mumu today. Fang Jing walked over to Mumu and stroked his little head, a faint smile on his face. Mumu, call him Uncle Fang, Lu Huai reminded him. Hello, Uncle Fang. Hello, Mumu. Fang Jing smiled awkwardly. Then why don't we go get in line first? Seeing that both of them were very awkward, Lu Qianqian quickly tried to smooth things over. Okay. The group went to the bone marrow matching lab together. It was finally Fang Jing's turn. He rolled up his sleeve, walked to the window, and placed his arm on the blood collection pillow. Wait! Suddenly, Lu Qianqian, who was standing behind him, shouted. Her face showed a complex expression of disbelief, nervousness, and surprise. Auntie, what's wrong? Lu Huai asked softly, walking closer while holding Mumu's hand. Fang Jing also turned his head and looked at Lu Qianqian with a puzzled expression. Lu Qianqian ignored them both. Instead, she grabbed Fang Jing's arm, her eyes fixed on an old scar on it. Fang Jing slowly stood up, letting her hold his arm. Auntie, is something wrong? Lu Huai asked again. Are you going to do the matching or not? The nurse inside reminded them. Ignoring the nurse, Lu Qianqian pulled Fang Jing to the side. Excuse me, please let the others go first. Lu Huai apologized and quickly followed. Annie, Fang Jing, can you tell me how you got this scar on your arm? Lu Qianqian asked, still holding his arm as she looked up. I got this when I was a child, playing with friends. It was an accident. Fang Jing glanced at Lu Huai, who shook her head slightly. Fang Jing then looked back at Lu Qianqian and replied, Were you stabbed by a fish spear? Lu Qianqian asked tentatively. Hearing her words, Fang Jing was stunned. How did you know? Seeing his reaction, Lu Qianqian was already certain of the answer in her heart. Tears welled up in her eyes, and her lips trembled slightly. You were stabbed by another child while you were protecting a little girl, right? I also know you used to live in a small village by a bridgehead with only your grandparents. Next door lived a mother and daughter. Lu Qianqian's voice trembled slightly as she spoke. You are. Fang Jing was even more surprised. You are my Black Knight, and I am the princess you are meant to protect forever. As she finished, tears streamed from Lu Qianqian's eyes. Hearing Lu Qianqian's words, Fang Jing felt as if he were standing under an ancient bell that someone had suddenly struck with great force. His mind was buzzing. Nearby, Lu Huai was also stunned, feeling the world spin around her. After she left the Lu family, She went abroad to live with Lu Qianqian. Her aunt often mentioned the Black Knight in her heart, and every time she did, a blissful smile she had never seen before would appear on her face. For all these years, her aunt had been searching for this Black Knight she yearned for. It turned out to be Fong Jing. It turned out that the princess Fong Jing had called out for on that night 5 years ago wasn't me, but my aunt. Lu Huai felt as if all the strength had suddenly been drained from her body. "You're the big sister from next door?" Fong Jing's mouth felt dry. He swallowed before speaking. "Yes, I am. After my mother and I were taken away by the Lu family back then, I had people go back to the village to look for you and your grandparents. The villagers said your grandparents had passed away and that you had been adopted. But I searched so many places and couldn't find any news of you." Lu Qianqian held Fong Jing's hand tightly, her tears flowing uncontrollably. "Less than 3 years after you left, my grandparents passed away one after the other. Before Grandpa died, he didn't trust anyone else to take care of me, so he entrusted me to Grandpa Lu. My grandfather saved Grandpa Lu when they were on a scientific expedition team," Fong Jing added as an explanation. "So you were by my side all along, and yet I—" Lu Qianqian slowly raised her hand to caress Fong Jing's cheek, her eyes filled with endless longing and love. "Then why did I never see you once in all my years with the Lu family? When Grandpa Lu passed away, why didn't you come back?" Fong Jing held the hand Lu Qianqian had placed on his face, his eyes moistening. "The Lu family only told me a week after the old master passed away. When I went back, I had wanted to see you and Shirqing, but they said you had gone with Shirqing to inspect a construction site for the Lu family in the northwest and might not be back for a long time. So, after paying my respects to the old master, I returned to my home abroad. Fong Jing, your princess missed you so much. She was always thinking of you." "Me too. I thought I would never see you again in this lifetime." With that, Lu Qianqian threw herself into Fong Jing's arms, her tears soaking his shirt. Fong Jing slowly raised his arms and held Lu Qianqian in his embrace. Lu Huai quietly led Mumu out of the hospital. She knew the person Fong Jing loved was her aunt, and the person her aunt had been yearning for, the very reason she had never married, was also Fong Jing. They were the ones truly meant for each other. What was between her and Fong Jing had been an accident from the start. She couldn't use this accident to put him in a difficult position. He had finally found the one he loved. She should wish him well. 1,000 thoughts raced through Lu Huai's mind. She didn't even know how she walked out of the hospital. "Mumu, from now on, how about it's just mommy with you?" Outside the hospital, Lu Huai looked up at the azure sky for a long moment, took a deep breath, then squatted down, stroking her son's cheek with a smile. "Okay, and Mumu will always be with mommy too," Mumu replied obediently. "Good, let's go home." Lu Huai took her son's hand and walked toward the parking lot. "Lu Shirqing, isn't she unwell? Why didn't she go to a nearby hospital? What's she doing here?" Just as Lu Huai was about to get into her car, she saw Lu Shirqing's car drive into the parking lot. "Mumu, you wait in the car for mommy. Mommy is going to say a few words to your auntie, and we'll be right back." "Okay. Good boy." After settling her son, Lu Huai walked quickly towards Lu Shirqing, who had just gotten out of her car. "Lu Shirqing." Lu Huai called out to Lu Shirqing. Lu Shirqing stopped and looked over. "Are you here to see Fong Jing again?" "It's none of your business." "Stop." Lu Huai grabbed Lu Shirqing, who was about to leave. "I'm advising you to give up and leave Fong Jing to you." Lu Shirqing shook off Lu Huai's hand. "There's something I want to tell you. After you hear it, you can decide whether you still want to see Fong Jing." "Go on, I'm all ears." The two sisters stood face to face. "Do you know the story about Fong Jing and a little girl from his childhood?" Lu Huai began. "I've heard him mention it, but that girl is probably long dead, or maybe she never existed in the first place." "That girl is real, and she has appeared. Is she in?" "Who is it?" Lu Shirqing grabbed Lu Huai's hand and asked impatiently. "She is our aunt, Lu Qianqian." Lu Huai replied with a stone-cold expression. Seeing the grave look on Lu Huai's face, Lu Shirqing's mind suddenly went blank. She felt a hospital report slip from her hand and fall to the ground. "Are you all right?" Lu Huai bent down to pick up the report, but Lu Shirqing, snapping back to her senses, snatched it up first. I'm fine, just an upset stomach. Lu Shiqing crumpled the report in her hand into a ball, clutching it tightly. Her eyes were vacant, her thoughts a mystery. Fang Jing and Ant are catching up. Now that you know who is in Fang Jing's heart, it's your decision whether you want to go up or not. I'm leaving now. Lu Huai turned and walked towards her car. After Lu Huai was gone, Lu Shiqing stood in a daze for a long while before coming to. Bit by bit, she uncrumpled the report in her hand. It was a pregnancy test report. She was pregnant, already 3 months along. So much had happened lately that Lu Shiqing had completely forgotten to pay attention to her own body, not even realizing how long it had been since her last period. Lu Shiqing knew very well this child was Fang Jing's. It happened that one night, the day before their divorce was finalized. She was drunk, and they hadn't used any protection, and so, in the 3 months since the divorce, she hadn't let any man touch her besides Fang Jing. So, she was certain. Learning she was pregnant had made Lu Shiqing ecstatic, and she had rushed over, eager to tell Fang Jing. This was her best chance to possibly get back together with him. But now, Lu Shiqing turned and walked towards her car like a soulless zombie. After getting in, she slumped over the steering wheel and began to sob uncontrollably. 25 The vow to grow old together. Why, where did you go? After the blood test, Fang Jing and the other person couldn't find Lu Huai, so Fang Jing called her. I went home. Lu Huai's voice was still that of a young girl, tinged with a pure playfulness. Why Fang Jing, you don't have to say anything, I understand. I wish you and Aunt happiness. Aunt has had a very hard life. You must treat her well. Then what about you and Mumu? Aya, you worry too much. Mumu and I are doing great. Mumu is all I need. All right, that's enough. I'm hanging up. I'm going to play with Mumu. With that, Lu Huai hung up the phone. A week later, Fang Jing's and Xiao Xiao's compatibility test results came back. They were a match. That same day, Lu Shiqing walked into an operating room. She was going to have an abortion, but as she lay on the operating table, she suddenly cried out to stop. A month after donating bone marrow for Xiao Xiao's transplant, once his body had recovered, Fang Jing proposed to Lu Qianqian. Today, the two went to the Civil Affairs Bureau to register their marriage. They stood at the entrance of the Civil Affairs Bureau, holding their bright red marriage certificates. Snow began to fall from the sky, blanketing their heads. Fang Jing, are you willing to live abroad with me? Wherever you are, that is my home. Lu Qianqian opened her arms to embrace Fang Jing, and he pulled his beloved into his arms. The snow kept falling, and before long, it had turned the hair of the embracing couple white. White hair cannot be replaced by snow. Our meeting was the greatest of fortunes. The end.